3 hours.
Oh, we're starting.
Yep. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning and good evening, wherever you are from. Wherever you are watching this, do forgive the late start. Daylight savings has just kicked in here in the United States, and not every state follows it, so we had a little bit of a scheduling, but we are here and we're going to bring you a fantastic episode. I am your master of darkness for this episode, Dr. John Wolfenstein, and here with me is my fantastic cast of characters. But of course, like always, we have a few announcements to get through first, and the first of which being there are just 11 more days to go in the Fool's Gold Into the Bellowing Wilds. We are at $1.9 million. We need to get 1.25. If we get there, we all get Vickies. If you're willing to pay for it, which I already know I am. I'm still under budget for my pledge for this campaign Kickstarter. And so I'm still under budget. So when I am done, I hope to be, still under budget. But we're almost there, guys. Everybody wants a Vicky statue. I know you do. I know I do. I know we all do. And if you say you don't, you're a liar. Or you don't know the greatness that is Dingo Doodles and the Fool's Gold campaign. And people had to be educated. I had to educate my brother here on my left about the amazingness that is Dingo Doodle. But he learns. In his
slowly but surely.
In his tank top with his
I would say you're overselling it a tad, but worth.
Honestly, I think it's awesome. Looking like one of those YouTube
The last time I paid for a Vicky, yeah.
Well,
I don't have to pay for Vickies, that's for sure.
Prostitution is legal in the state of Nevada, at least in most counties. But anyway, there's also a whole bunch of fun stuff, including the Doom Duck. The Dingo Doodles duck is a miniature that will unlock if we get to 1.25. Excuse me. I'm less excited about the Doom Duck. Not that I'm not going to get the STL file and print out a whole bunch of them so I can have 26 ducks that follow my Gothy mini around. But that's my own personal worth. But there's also other fantastic creatures that you can get as minis. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are. Just 11 more days. We are so close, guys. I know we can make it happen for Dingo and for Felix because they've worked really hard on this. Also, tune into their live streams. You can find the links on Dingo's channel, Dingo Doodles, at YouTube. And then, of course, we are always sponsored by our friends over at Tri-Peak Goods. I usually don't show a thing for them in the mornings, but Tri-Peak Goods is a fantastic store run by a fantastic man, and I hope you support him and all he does. But a little bit of shameless self-promotion, as my second business card, made by our own Fallen Star artist, has been completed, at least the front side, and that's the most important side, some would say. The boring detail stuff is on the back, who cares about that? It's the pretty art on the front that you tune in for. Oh, this background screen was made by Mr. Masson, another one of my fantastic players, just editing the image a little bit. As you can see, my gamble trick art. And if you actually look on my Twitch About page, you'll see more Fallen Star art. But here it is, folks. The PAX Professional DM Services second card. And it has my fantastic little wolf on it, and it is a beautiful purple. I actually like the choice to go from green to purple. It's a very beautiful aesthetic. For those of you in this call who haven't seen it yet, I will be posting it in the various Discords that we're in, so don't worry. You'll be seeing it later today.
Or I can post it.
I mean, that too. But it is a fantastic piece. I'm super pleased with it. Emil has done another fantastic job. And, yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to get it printed and start handing them out. Which I still have a whole bunch. I'm actually taking a whole bunch home to my familia back in Utah. Oh, speaking of which, as Thanksgiving comes closer, that week, Sunday the 28th of this month, there will be no Grim Hollow session. The reason for that is that I am actually going to visit my my mom and my sister and her husband for Thanksgiving week. So I will be gone from that Monday, the 22nd, and I will be driving home, which is an 8-hour drive for me, on that Sunday. There will also be no stream on the 24th, whatever session that may be. And so please do not worry about tuning in. Do not worry about anything of that nature, as there will be no stream during the week of Thanksgiving. Taking a week off for the holidays is usually what we do around here. This same also applies for the week of Christmas, in case people want to do things. I don't plan to run anything on the 29th of December or on the 22nd of December. As far as streams go, I don't plan on it. If I have enough people who want to, at least 3 players for my other campaigns, then we will. The 26th Sunday, I may or may not, kind of is a little up in the air right now. But don't plan on it. If plans change, I will update you all. But that is the holiday seasons that we find ourselves in. For those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, Ramadan, or whatever other holidays are around that time, Kwanzaa, for the 3 of you who know what Kwanzaa is. I don't celebrate. Yuletide, Christmas, same thing.
Oh, damn, thanks.
It's like within the same few days, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't. But at any rate, I don't, so I don't worry about those times. And, that's on you. Because I'm running the stream, so I have to work around my schedule.
I mean, it's not really within the same few days. I don't really celebrate it either, so there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Sure it is. It's relevant to my life, and I forget most things that are irrelevant to my life. I forget things that are relevant to my life, to be frank. I forget my own birthday if this guy didn't constantly remind me of when it is.
That's a mood right there.
I mean,
I actually forgot.
My own family forgot my birthday one year, so I mean, why should I remember it? And don't worry about it. Anyway.
Gives me an excuse to drink.
I'm worrying about it.
Oh, don't. Because you have other things to worry about. Because when last we left off, our group of adventurers, we'll generously call them, were hired to find information about the Frankley farm and the horrible thing that happened there 20 years ago. So horrible, in fact, that the Frankley's daughter, Anne, the only surviving Frankley left, which everybody who's watching on Twitch, if you get the joke, please press F in the chat. If you don't get the joke, well, that's sad for you. It'll just go over your heads forever.
Or you could just look it up.
I mean, you could, but where's the fun in that? But you
enjoyment
have
from being ignorant, I guess.
But you guys have discovered some things. Mostly that the field, the crop, the corn, is well tended and seems to be full of life, despite the fact that 20 years have passed and nothing really has happened. Oh, someone is haunting my stream.
Oh my.
I like it when strangers watch. It's fine.
It is alerting me that that my good friend Mason is keeping our stream alive and well. I am sorry it didn't appear down there for those of you who are watching the stream. It usually does. I'm curious as to why that is, but I'll have to fiddle with it another time.
Well,
indeed. He is not much of a stranger, but he does like to watch, which, that joke wrote itself.
Hopefully he's in a Batman costume.
I'll also take a Rorschach costume. Get it?
I'll fight.
I thought that was funny. But anyway.
I will fight.
So, you guys have discovered that the house was in very terrible condition, and upon entering it, a crow cawed at our little Asher, though she can't hear it. And if you got Crowlot's joke in chat, please press F. But being that Asher went in, couldn't hear the crow caw, but did see and feel the entire house crash down around her. Barely managing to get out with her life. She also happened to discover, along with the druid, a raven statuette made of wood with the name Phineas inscribed on the bottom of it. And...
It was me.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. It was Gray who discovered the raven statue.
I wrote it all down.
Good.
I have every detail.
Every little piece, every little crease?
Sure hope so.
Dragons are always valuable, folks, especially with Fizzbands just coming out. But anyway. And so now our heroes are deciding what to do with the cornfield.
So we just found out that there are scarecrows eating crows, right?
Well, are they eating crows or are they eating corn?
Crows.
That the scarecrows ate her flock.
Teyu, scary
Oh,
Grady.
yes, that's right. The druid used Speak with Animals in order to get some information from the crows. Mostly that there's a scarecrow in the field that eats things. And apparently ate some of their flock. And the other two ravens in the sky, actually, excuse me, they were ravens. But the other two ravens in the sky are not ravens. They don't know what they are, they just know they're not ravens.
Hey, Gray Scary Dude. You should touch the corn.
Set the field on fire. Set the field on fire. Set the field on fire.
Gray Scary
I think the Gray Scary Dude is actually you, Emil.
Huh?
I think he was saying you should...
Dude.
I think that's you.
Yeah,
and you
that's
should
you.
touch the
literally
corn.
Gray. You should touch the corn.
I don't have that as a map. What? I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm being dumb.
Your character's name is Gray.
What
did you say again? Gray Scary Dude?
Hey, Gray Scary Dude. Touch the corn.
Oh. I don't want to touch the corn. I want to set it on fire.
You have to touch it to set it on fire, don't you?
I mean, I have a torch, but I don't want to burn down people's food.
I mean,
we can easily kill a scary kid.
Isn't people's food. What it's doing, the thing inside of this cornfield is killing other people.
Fine,
that's why we kill the thing, not the food.
Fine, if no one wants to go touch the corn, I'll go touch the corn. Walk over and grab a stalk and rip it off. Or at least attempt to rip it off.
You mean an ear of corn? Because you're not ripping the whole stalk out of the ground.
Well, not most of the stalk, though.
Let me rephrase, and let me double check your stats real quick.
I know how hard it is to rip out an ear, a stalk, or rip off a stalk of corn. Okay. But I do have a dagger, so.
Oh, so you want to cut the stalk?
Yeah, that too. It's going to be mostly ripping because it's a dagger. It can't be sharp enough to actually handle a whole stalk by itself, right?
This
at least not quickly.
Can cut through a stalk of corn. All of my knives that are over 4 inches can cut through a stalk of corn, and are sharp enough to do so consistently.
What I'm saying is, it's mostly going to be a lot of tearing. The logistics of cutting corn is not important. I'm getting that stalk.
No, I'm adding it to this. I'm adding it to the notes. Logistics of cutting corn to be determined.
Logistics of cutting corn is if your blade is over 4 inches and you actually take care of it, you'll cut through a stalk of corn just fine.
Felt like it needed to be a little bit more serrated than this to handle it well enough, but
You can cut through a
yeah.
corn with a sickle, and sickles are smooth blades.
Yeah, but they're curved.
I have a
Well,
scythe.
Yeah, that's not. Do I have to give you the historical relevance here? Or?
It gives more surface length.
No, you
Than
don't
4
have to give the
inches.
historical relevance, but
No,
I
the
have a
thing is, I'm
scythe,
getting
which is
this
just a
stalk of corn,
larger
okay?
sickle.
there you go. That is the important thing, and you up! Easily done. Cut through, because if your dagger's strong enough to cut through a person, you can cut through corn. But as you cut through the stalk and pull it down, it's taller than you are, so you're like holding it like up here. Because they're about 10 feet tall.
Is it still relatively solid?
Oh, yeah. It's a full, healthy corn stalk, and you can actually see like probably about 4 or 5 ears hanging
How
off
tall
of it.
is it exactly? About 6 feet?
No, it's about 10 foot 6 inches.
Ah, perfect. I use it as a little poking implement to kind of like poke around the...
Roll a D100 for me. Oh, wait, you're not there. I'll roll a D100 for you.
Dope.
59. Cool.
Oh boy.
So as you're poking in around
Going
there,
in, I'm on the outside, just
I know.
it's full distance. I want that reach.
Yeah. Alright, 5. As you're poking in around there, you don't notice anything. How long are you going to keep poking around?
Ah, well, that was my idea. And toss the corn into the cornfield and walk away.
You toss the corn stalk into the cornfield?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that takes care of that.
You know?
Crisis averted. I'm a genius.
Not ominous.
It's
Much
only the
love.
music that was not made by me that is ominous.
Well, I can't hear it, so...
Well, that sounds like a you problem. When you go back and watch this later, you know, like everybody watches my streams later. I hope, maybe. Not really. I don't expect any of you to. But you may be able to hear the music then. In the meantime, does anyone else do anything?
How big's the cornfield? You said it's like half an acre.
It's... Let me get the exacto measurements. Because they are...
I would like to sign to our wizard. Hey, you're really smart. You got any suggestions?
She signs back for what?
To handle this corn?
She signs back, it's corn.
The
I'm burning the field.
field is in a rough circle in about 40-foot diameter.
I will sign
Now-
back. I've seen corn before. This is really
I'm burning the
large
field.
corn.
Wasn't there a big wide open spot? I think I got it on a perception check last session because I rolled
Yes,
a
you
20.
did. There was a slight hill that allowed you to see over the corn. That yes, in the center is a cleared spot, maybe 10 feet by 10 feet, maybe. That's being generous.
I'm going
I will
to mention
signing.
that and then just kind of point.
About how many paces?
Damn.
How many paces in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
roughly.
About 30 feet in, give or take.
30 feet in.
Yep, give or take.
And I don't see anything in that area, that open area.
Nothing was there when you looked.
Is that where
I'm
those
going to,
not ravens were?
and you said there was a little hill?
Of a little hillock, it allowed you that.
Yeah, it let
glimpse.
me, look over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of standing there. And of course, I've got my torch, so anything's gonna see me if I can see them, is my theory.
Yeah, while this is all going down and whenever I will be speaking, I'm just going to be signing as well.
And,
Same. So I have a Dungeoneer's pack. Do I have I don't have the exact items that are in there. I don't have it pulled up, but do I have things that can be lit on fire?
You do have
Well,
torches
typically a
in the
Dungeoneer's pack has torches and a tinderbox, typically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, you do.
I mean, like, why would we set it on fire when we literally have someone with a farming implement as a weapon?
So, Asher's gonna walk up next to the corn. I don't know if this is actually gonna do anything. Is anybody next to the corn right now?
I took a couple steps back.
You're all kind of close. The only one who's actually some distance away is the bard.
How far away are you?
I'd say I'm about 15 feet away from the
Okay,
corn.
perfect.
And is everyone else back like 5 feet, 10 feet?
Wherever the hill is, which I don't really have a measurement.
So it's about 25 feet away.
Oh, so I'm way back.
Yeah, you're way back.
Yeah, then I'll probably just join the group after a little bit there. I was just trying to keep an eye out.
All right, go ahead and roll another perception check since you're trying to keep an eye out. And Gray, are you like within 5 feet of the corn, within 10 feet, where you want to be?
Within 10 feet.
Okay.
Asher kind of motions for everyone.
Oh, an 18. I'm on fire with my perception checks.
Yep. Unfortunately,
how many bardic inspiration dice do I have? I have 4, correct? Based on my charisma?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me double check.
Then you have 4.
Yeah, you have 4. So as Asher steps forward towards the field, she motions for everyone to stay back.
Yep.
Foley does too.
And then she's gonna cast Gust Barrier.
Allowing yourself to become enveloped by air around you until the end of your next turn. Any ranged attackers who successfully hit you must make a Constitution save. It's supposed to save the attacker is flung up to 10 feet away and is not prone. All right, so you cast Gust Barrier on yourself, and you are surrounded in wind.
Does that do anything to the corn?
It kind of blows the corn that's real close to you. It's a barrier on yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So if I step into the corn, I'm gonna step like a foot into the corn. Does it like push any of it back?
So it does actually cause a large set of ripples in the corn immediately around you, and gives you kind of a viewing space. But as soon as you step in, something that had gone unnoticed by Magna and had gone unnoticed by everyone, because no one's passive perception is that high, and Magna was the only one who could have made an active here, but wasted it.
Oh, I couldn't make an active?
I was
already.
Before he does try and step, I do want to step in. I was trying to say, hey, I would like to give him an inspiration.
Okay. So you have Bardic Inspiration. And
I was going to chuck something. I was going to chuck something into the bushes to get his attention and just sign, be careful.
Yeah. Well, as soon as she steps in, a hooked hand that was unseen by Magna when he stuck the stalk into the foliage and was messing around with it, which was his one and only chance, which unfortunately he rolled a 5 on that perception check. Would have needed a lot higher. And no, only people within 5 feet of the cornfield at that time could have even attempted an active perception check for this. Because the corn is that densely populated. So
you're saying heavily obscured, not lightly?
Oh yeah, no. This creature is actually invisible at 10 feet. You cannot actually see the creature at 10 feet. But at 5 feet, it counts as heavily obscured. So long as it's in the corn. And so, with stepping in, Asher is now within striking distance, and it strikes. And I am going to pull up a sheet. I need to pull up 2 sheets, actually. Or maybe 3. Or maybe 7. You never know. With me, it could well be 7. Maybe I'm trying to kill you that quickly. I'm kidding.
Much love.
You're only level 1. I'm not trying to kill you that quickly. I don't really have to. Well, actually, with this thing. Claw.
And this is a melee attack.
I mean,
I'm
like,
guessing.
you don't have to try
It
that
is.
hard at level 1 to kill somebody.
It is 2 claw attacks aimed at you. Well, a 21 is definitely going to hit.
Oh my
Well,
god,
2
he's
claw attack
dead.
had a wizard, so...
Yeah. 21
Is this at advantage?
Oh, it says ranged attacks made with disadvantage.
Yeah, no, but the melee is
The
just
melee just knocks them back if they fail their save.
knockback effect.
Correct. So
After they make a melee attack.
we'll do the first one, and then I'll roll the con save to see if the second one actually hits, because technically it is at advantage. Because it was completely hidden from you.
Yep.
That's 9 slashing damage to you.
Wow, I'm unconscious.
And it still needs to make that save, because it did successfully hit you. And Constitution throw against your spell save DC. So it actually fails. So you all watch as Asher begins to step into the field. Something flashes out of the corn, and she drops. But you watch as the corn kind of parts as something is thrown through it. I will give everyone a chance to have an initiative round. Initiative is now happening. And I will pull you over to a map.
All right.
And you still don't want us to burn the field, huh?
I still don't.
Yeah, that's just what happened.
I didn't say still.
Literally, it's like trying to, like, a villain holding a fucking, like, hot dog.
One scarecrow
like,
versus entire village starving. I mean, character motivations here.
You don't want to kill
no one
the
uses
fucking villain because it's holding
this.
No,
there's no reference that nobody uses this. We're all making assumptions on that. We're making out-of-character assumptions on information we don't have.
No, I'm making in-character assumptions on it for one thing specifically. Someone tried to touch the corn, or someone got into the corn, one step, and died instantly.
Which you make that assumption now when there's combat. So, yeah, you're making assumptions.
No, I'm making that assumption now. That's the reason why I didn't want to burn the corn before. Now I'm okay with it.
No, I wanted to burn the corn earlier, too.
I know, but characters have motivations. It's almost like we play characters here.
I mean,
that's all like fine. Most of us,
that's what I'm reminding
most of our characters don't know a lot about corn.
Yep.
And I will
say I'm only speaking from the angle of, like, somebody who actually protects places.
And I will say that the only thing that you guys know for any kind of assuredness
God, I rolled low again.
Emil, initiative.
I know my thing's being dumb. It's taking a second.
Can someone stream the initiative order for me real quick so I can take
you're at 10 right now.
Okay.
So you're at the top of the list right now.
Gotcha.
Asher, you still roll initiative even. Okay, so you go after Greg.
Now, Asher, even though you can use the die for initiative, I don't recommend it.
What?
Can you use Bardic Inspiration for initiative?
It's an ability check.
It is indeed.
Technically speaking, it is. So, alright, fair enough.
It's the reason why I will start getting half proficiency on my initiative.
So, that's unfortunate. So, here's what happens. You all hear the sound of wood creaking and groaning as something moves in the field. But nothing comes out. Asher, roll me a death save. Oh, no, wait, no.
Yes,
wait.
We decided...
Yes, we did.
We don't know, right?
Yep, this is a special rule of this campaign. One of our optional game rules is that I roll death saves and they are kept hidden from players. Sorry, I'm used to not rolling that, so this will be fun. This is an optional rule for, your DMs out there to add a little bit more intrigue to the combat. But okay.
I took a vote, and I lost the vote.
Half of us
It's gonna be
didn't
really
care.
funny if Asher dies and like 4 members of the party have sign language, and everybody else lives.
It'll be hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I'd
I
totally be
didn't
down for
take
that.
it because I did not take it because of you. I took it because I was told that sign language is an actual thing in the universe.
It
But I'm like,
is an
oh,
actual thing in the
finally,
universe.
finally, I get to take sign language.
I'm so sure. Hmm.
I'm a doctor.
All
I
right,
mean, like
Gray,
you can
you're up.
ask Brent. I did not know about
Um,
your character at all when I asked.
That's true, and I thought your character was mute, not deaf. So,
Ah,
uh, but
I ask every
so-
campaign, hey, is sign language? Am I allowed to take sign language this time?
All right, so
So
it is
I
Gray's
have
turn.
Armor of Agathis already up. I already have that up. I had it up once we started a thing
Yes,
last session.
it
I
is.
had that in my notes.
You had it up, and it is up. I will go ahead and mark.
Well, it's only up for 10 minutes, so.
Thought it's up for
Right?
an hour.
And is it
No.
an hour? Okay.
up to an hour.
Yeah, it's up
Yep.
to an hour.
Got it.
Oh, Asher, why you gotta be such a fucking dumbass?
because nobody
Can I
was doing
see
anything.
Asher in the field?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Asher's body. She's halfway in the field.
I'm like, I want to grab and get her out of there. But at the same time, I'm like, I think the scarecrow is still there. So
You
I'm
can
like,
certainly make the attempt.
can I see this? I don't like going
Good.
first because I'm an indecisive little ass.
Yep,
You're probably too
Well.
far away to see through any of the corn.
that is correct. You are 10 feet from the corn and thus have no chance of seeing anything inside of it.
Can I
Yeah,
use
the
my
only
reaction
thing-
to yell something?
Yes, what do you want to use your reaction to yell?
Clear the corn around them.
You can do that.
There's it's not gonna hurt her if I do that.
I mean,
Depends on what you do.
depends.
If you're
I have
aiming
Eldritch
directly
Blast.
at them, yeah, sure, but
Well, so I have Eldritch Blast.
No,
mm-mm.
you can fire
have a
off
scythe.
Eldritch Blast into a field and not hit Asher as long as you don't aim at Asher.
It's force damage. What? No. You have a farm implement. Use.
Shut up.
Nikki,
But you can fire
I
off
have a
Eldritch.
scythe too.
Yeah, you do. And you can fire off Eldritch Blast into a field without hitting Asher. Eldritch Blast has to be target. So if you target Asher, then yeah, you're going to hit them. If you don't, then you probably won't. Unless you roll a nat 1 and some bad percentile rolls.
Oh,
But I mean,
let's
that
do
could
my
happen.
scythe. Fuck it.
Okay, so you're going to step within 5 feet of the corn?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Move yourself on the map, please.
There.
As soon as you move there, a pair of
I have the
claws.
scythe up.
Well, that's fine. As soon as you move there, a pair of claws lash out because it was holding its action.
Oh, you fuck.
A 15 hits you, and a 19 will hit you. So the 15 hits first. You take 6 points of slashing damage.
My fucking god, I'm gonna kill
However,
someone.
the Scarecrow takes 5 points of cold damage, if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
Yes?
And you have 5 temporary hit points that are now gone.
Correct. So it takes
Yeah,
Just
5
quickly
cold damage.
checking the armor. And if creature hits you, yeah, 5 cold damage.
All right. So you are now out of temporary hit points and are down 1 real hit point.
Much love.
And then the second attack is going to deal another 6 points of damage to you.
Oh my god.
However, you now know exactly where the Scarecrow is. And
You don't say.
And you can attack it directly without disadvantage or without even an armor boost. You want to roll to hit it?
Yeah, I want to roll to hit it.
All right, cool. Go ahead and do so. 23 will definitely hit.
We're also doing the drain life as well.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Are you going to dump a spell slot into that? Because I believe
if I dump a spell slot, that's how I get life back, right?
So drain life. When you hit a creature with this feature, you can expend a warlock spell slot, to deal an extra D8 necrotic damage to the target. When you expend a spell slot to enhance the attack in this way, you regain hit points equal to the total damage dealt.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay.
Right,
so first roll damage with your scythe.
8.
Alrighty. And as you hit onto the wooden body of the Scarecrow, you realize that it doesn't hit as true as you would like. However, you can also see the hilt of a knife sticking out of its chest, and this mushy, horrifying gourd that was once a pumpkin, maybe, is just in this deformed, smiling visage.
Looking at someone who has 2 rotting jack-o'-lanterns in their garage, and it stinks.
Yep. And so that is
5 plus 7.
So you get 12 points you get 12 points of life back. However, you can only go up to your max, so you get back to full.
I appreciate it.
Spell slots.
Well, I didn't do any. I had nothing to do with that. That is a feature of the first vampire warlock. And you actually hear in your voice as you drain the life, be healed.
Oh, nice.
Much love, my mistress.
And Magna, you're up.
All right. Noticing the engagement that's going on over there, I figure that it's safe-ish. So I'm going to rush over to Asher and try and drag him out of the way. Does this take an action to drag him or pull him out?
It will take an action to drag them out, and you will only be able to move half your movement speed. You still have a bonus action, though, and you do have one spell that is a bonus action that could help.
Then it might just be better to... I'm just going to... Instead of dragging them out, I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on them right where they're at.
Okay, you can do that. Alright, so you run up and cast Cure Wounds. What is your verbal component for Cure Wounds?
My verbal components? Whatever the verbal component is, right?
Yes, that's why I'm asking you specifically what your component is for a verbal spell for this particular spell. You're a bard.
Please stop.
You have to do the verbal components. That is 80% of your character in combat.
Please stop dying.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And so you, David, heals 7 hit points and are, you, Asher, are healed 7 hit points and are conscious, and you look up to see the Scarecrow next to you engaged with a Gray, and it is quite a horrifying sight.
Honestly, I'm still proud of all the, damage I did, even if it doesn't say I did much. Yeah.
Well, it was
just damage.
It was just the scythe that didn't do much.
Yeah, I have the necrotic, I have the cold, and then
did what it did.
Yeah.
Anything else, Magna?
I'm gonna take this time to.
You still have 15 more feet of movement.
Can I have a bonus action? Is it possible to use my bonus action to clear some of the
you already
stuff around me?
You already have your dagger out, so I'll allow you to clear the space right next to you.
Do you finally get to see the token of the Scarecrow, or no?
Is there a possibility that I could sheath it and pull out my rapier, because that's a free action to do that once?
So your rapier would be very terrible trying to clear this corn. Because rapiers... Wait, daggers are also
Rapiers?
piercing. Never mind.
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah, so it's actually going to be really hard no matter what weapon you pick to clear 5 feet of corn. But because your dagger's already out, I'm allowing you the chance to draw to stow and draw would be your bonus action. You could
Wait,
drop. You could drop as a free action, but to stow a weapon
I thought
and
as an
draw another one.
action. I thought as a free action you could stow and draw.
No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my dagger into the side of the hill and take notice of where it is and cut it.
So you throw your dagger into the hill and pull out your rapier?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm not gonna let it sit in the cornfield. Is the idea?
gotcha. Easy done. And that's you have 15 more feet of movement.
I'm just gonna plant myself in between Asher and the.
That's not possible where the current miniatures are laying. However, you can get closer to the scarecrow.
Well, I don't want to get close to the scarecrow. I just want to be between the scarecrow and Asher. That's all I want to do right now.
That is actually not possible.
Can I see the map?
So
Should I be able to see the scarecrow icon?
you are able to see it in character. I'm not putting it on the map for those who cannot see it.
Yep.
No, wait. Wrong thing. I'm streaming the wrong thing. There we go. And so this is where you're at. The scarecrow is literally within 5 feet of Asher. And unless you used an action to drag Asher away, you cannot get between her and the scarecrow.
That's fine.
She is also not a halfling, so you cannot actually be over her.
Gotcha.
But you're fine where you're at.
Yeah. I'll use my bonus action to.
You've already used your bonus action.
To just draw, because I technically just dropped and drew.
Oh, you dropped and drew. Okay, so free action. Bonus action, what?
Bonus action, I'm just going to yell at Zwei to get over here and help. And I'm going to give them Bardic Inspiration back.
Bardic Inspiration, they have to be within... Is any creature
it's
hear you?
Yeah, it's any creature that can hear. It's pretty far.
Yep, so I allow it. I just wanted to make sure that there was no actual listed range, because certain abilities of the bard have that. So, 2, 9, and 3, you're out.
Alright. Well, for me, after a moment of what seems like combat paralysis, it's kind of standing there watching the horrified scene, rushes forward 1, 2, 3, and here's 4. Over to Asha, or Asher. Can't see anything yet?
Nope, you are in the corn, and the creature is still 10 feet away from you, at the very least, so still cannot see it.
But we are flanking now.
Who said?
So wait, still 10 feet away from me.
At the very least. Because the way it attacked is it came out towards Gray and Asher. If you're on the opposite side of Asher, where she was attacked...
Like I said, I'll move one more.
Okay. Now, go ahead and roll a perception check.
It's around here.
Wait, I have to roll a perception check, but they don't?
Correct. They were attacked. You are not.
Yeah, but I mean, I
I
know
was also
Asher
attacked.
went down here.
Yes, you do know Asher went down there. If you want to try and attack blind, that's disadvantage.
Well,
you have a general idea of where it is. Okay, let me remind you guys that this corn is actually heavily obscure terrain. You have no actual idea where this thing is. Every time it is attacked, it is only visible to the person it is attacking, and the only reason Asher was able to wake up and see it is because she's literally the first person it attacked. And so the corn in that direct path is already cleared enough that she can see it with her passive perception. This creature
and
has
it
basic
got attacked,
invisibility
too.
in this cornfield. The only exception is when it attacks you, you get to know where it is.
Yeah. Hence why I was able to attack it.
Oh shit, I can't do anything. Not even with the having the torch for lighting or anything.
So you're burning the 5 feet around you because the corn is that tightly packed. It is on fire. If you have a torch. However, you can make an attack roll at disadvantage. You can attack invisible creatures. It is just disadvantage.
Yeah, I can't even see the location, so it's kind of odd.
You can always hold your one action until you can see it attack something or get a better.
Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, so I know that Gray was slashing at something. I can't ping, but this one.
In these couple squares. Yes.
So I definitely know that, and I know where they're standing, and I know what they have, so I can do a logical play here. So I'm going to say that it probably hasn't moved from there, so if I'm going to take my blind strike, I'm going to go for it there. And sadly, I'm going to attack with the torch, even though it's not very effective.
That's fine. You can attack with the torch.
In-character thing. So...
What happened, Scarecrow?
Yeah, it's supposed to be weak to fire, just the torch really sucks. I don't get my proficiency bonus.
Well,
so
scarecrows are made of wood, straw, and cloth, so theoretically they can burn.
And a rotten pumpkin.
Well, usually,
hold on, I gotta...
Well, usually typical scarecrows are actually made with a burlap sack head. God, the fact
I know, you just mentioned rotting pumpkin, that's why I said it.
Yeah, you,
right,
you and Asher are the only two who know that that's the difference here.
I'm just giving you
it didn't roll with a disadvantage, hold on. I'm gonna roll one more time.
Alright.
Alright, so it's a 7. I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration just in case it's got a low EC.
Okay.
If nothing else, I think it'll burn the area around that. So
do you reroll both when you use Bardic Inspiration?
No, you're rolling a D. It's a D6, and you're adding that number to this to the roll.
Got it.
Nah.
So you do stick your torch there, and while you don't hit the creature, you can now see the creature, as you have started to burn away the corn in that area. And for the first time, the creature is available to be seen by everybody.
Yay!
Oh, no! Get a turn at the end of this, or was my turn skipped because I was unconscious?
Your turn is rolling death saves. So
yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
I have a bonus action.
You do?
I don't think there's anything I can do.
You have action surge.
No, I don't. Not till next level.
Oh, right, that's second level.
Yeah.
It's level 1, homeboys.
And I can't use an item as a bonus action. Though I guess if we could use a potion as a bonus action, I mean, could I technically dump some oil in that area as an action? Or as a bonus action?
You could dump oil on yourself.
Okay, well, not the plan. I was just curious.
Yeah,
I'm just going through my options. I guess the only thing I'm going to do is try to get its attention off of Asher by waving the torch around. Basically, almost trying to, just get its attention however I can.
I'll let you pick between intimidation or persuasion.
Oh yeah, no, both are a -1. But we'll go with intimidation in this case.
Alright, you're pretty sure this thing is at least paying you more attention than the others.
And sure. Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Alrighty.
I can see it and the area is burning around it, so I hope that helps.
It is. And so at initiative count 20, we are going to do something fantastic because you guys, the environments are always going to change. So within this 5-foot cone here, and within this 5-foot cone here, it is now called flaming terrain. And I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please, 293. While the scarecrow does as well. Oof.
Let's go to character sheet, core, deck save.
Please and thank you.
9.
So you and the scarecrow are both going to take 1d4 fire damage.
Should I roll it?
No, I'll roll it.
Alright, 2.
And you watch as these little embers and stuff are getting onto the scarecrow, and it lets loose this unholy, unearthly screech as it starts to burn. And it clearly does not enjoy it. It lashes out at you with its first attack.
Alright.
Give it to
A
me,
9 does not hit you. And
Nope.
it is actually going to lash at you with its second attack. And I don't think a 13 hits you.
No, a 13 doesn't hit.
Alright, so this thing lashes out at you, just whoosh, and you see cornstalks, burning cornstalks, fall to the ground. And actually, go ahead and roll a D100 for me there, 293.
Oh, God.
Coming.
Because this is going to be a little fun.
24.
Alright, so as it does, cut down burning corn stalks, you watch as those burning corn stalks actually start to catch other corn stalks on fire. And it will force both boxes to spread. And
I'm
now
ready.
more of the field is on fire. But it is very much focused on you. Asher, you're up.
Get the fuck out of
Can
there.
I step over here?
You can indeed. Well,
Okay.
So standing up is half your movement. So you're at what?
Yep.
15 feet left, and then
15, I
yes, you
think.
can indeed step out.
Okay.
Out of that space.
But
And
if I step further away, I'll take a...
correct. It will have a
Yeah.
chance to hit you.
Up. I think I'm going to go ahead and use...
Oh, I'm almost out of coffee.
I'm going to go ahead and use consumption on him.
Okay.
So I expend a hit die, and it's going to be my my D6,
Yep.
and then basically I'm going to roll a D6, and he's going to lose that much life.
I'll allow it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So choose a creature within range. Roll a hit die. It automatically just is going to lose that.
Yep.
That's the one benefit of this spell.
Oh.
And then
Sorry, I just did it.
it's concentration. So I will put the concentration marker on you, which for this campaign, the concentration marker will look like this. And so on its turn, for the duration of the spell, the creature must make a con save at the end of each of its turns. All right?
Yep.
Fantastic. And so, what does that spell look like when you cast it there, Asher?
That's a good question.
Casters beware, you are required to describe how your spells look.
I do my best.
So I think what it would look like is like a bit of so out of the wounds that it created from the slash, a bit of blood like comes surging out and then just like rushes towards it, and like punctures through it, and then like the blood is like dripping out of it.
Ooh, the scarecrows
And
have blood?
when it deals, well, no, it's my blood that's
Yeah, it's Asher's
gushing
blood
out
that's
of it.
dripping out of the scarecrow.
And then like when it deals the damage, it kind of flares up with that like luminescent purplish vibrance.
Got it. All right. Fantastic. I love it. Gray, you're up.
Since Asher is now like, right there, do I get the flanking? Do I get that? Yes?
No.
No. That's if 3 people are around it.
Yup, pretty much.
But there's also 293 right here.
Right. You want to step into the cornfield to get the flank?
I thought I could because I'm in the kitty corner.
Mm-mm. So you would need a
Oh.
person here, or a person here, in 4 of the 3 directions. Or 3 out of the 4.
That face. It's alright. I mean, I can still see it, right?
Oh yeah, it's in burning
Yeah.
corn, and it's not obstructed anymore, because the corn is literally on fire and has been
Ooh.
slashed and beaten around. So,
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. The slashing damage didn't do much, but like the drain life's gonna help it. Wait, I think I have an extra. Let me check my cantrips actually. Oh, I have I have green flame blade.
you do?
Yeah.
Dude.
Go ahead and roll it.
See.
Which, yep, you brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting, so make a melee spell attack against it, or rather a melee attack, so swing with your scythe. 18 will hit.
Then do I just roll the damage for my scythe and then plus the
So the
extra
fire
damage?
fire damage only applies to a second creature taking the damage. However, you can choose not to expend the fire damage at all. It is a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. But you do the slashing damage as normal. You would have that option, and you still can use your drain life.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead and roll damage for your scythe. Alrighty.
Right, and then drain life. 15 hits.
15 will hit.
Alright. With the extra 5.
Go ahead and describe how you kill this creature.
Oh, my poor girlfriend's right next to me. Oh man, it's been a hot minute since I got to have a final kill. Oh fuck, I wasn't ready for this. Sorry, I'm giggly. So your boy, he got the scythe. Green flame blade doesn't work. Sad face. He's
Well, it is still coated in green flames.
Oh, nice. Your boy looking hella chaotic with his green ass fucking fiery scythe. Yo! He manages to just like cut clean through the scarecrows and like right in half, like right in that torso area. And then huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. He slices it completely in half, and as he falls down, he then the scythe turns from that green fiery to like that, like a more deeper black, and then he uses that and just like right into the face. So then you can see then like the aura of the drain life going up into him, and he's just like, ah, yes, queen. So like cut in half, flip, the boom,
Fair
right
enough.
into the face, and I feel badass.
Hell yeah.
So as this scarecrow is burning and falling to the ground, the carved face seems to soften into its into a smile. Its eyes slowly close, and you can all hear a whispered "thank you" as it collapses into splinters and mold.
Why did it say thank you?
Could I grab the knife?
You can
I was
indeed.
about to ask the same.
Yeah, and kind of move out of the fire, and I'm gonna have her getting her shovel and like trying to like bat the flames down and kind of firefight it a little bit.
I will actually take this time to cut another ear off with the rapier and light it and start trying to light the whole thing on fire.
Popcorn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so here's how this
Oh
is
my
gonna go.
gosh.
For firefighting efforts, you can roll an athletics check there. Miss.
293.
Yeah, whatever. TNT.
Yeah, athletics.
As for you cut down. As for you, Magna, this will be a. I'll have it be a sleight of hand check for you. So, you cut down one of the flaming stalks and are moving it through, catching the other corn stalks on fire. And so you caused this box to spread out this way. TNT, you do cause the fire in this box to shrink, at least somewhat. However, it is still growing out in the other directions.
Yeah, she just sighs, seeing because yeah, this caught fire. I'm gonna have her just move here.
Yep.
And just look at the party, look at Magna specifically, and just be like,
There could
it's
be
all
more.
gonna burn.
Yeah,
And
there could be more in there, and that's good.
um,
They will all die in there.
yeah, except I have no clue what the repercussions are gonna be. So she
We're
just,
about to find out.
yeah, because if we burn down a village or something, it's like that's a great way to start our campaign.
So I will say
Um,
that
I
this
mean-
cornfield is kind of alone out here, and you guys have it's a couple hours
That's-
travel outside of town.
It's not how fires work. We know this, right?
I mean, fair enough.
We've been through one. That's not
I
how
mean,
fires
it's
work.
California.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
in
I'm
a
like,
couple of seconds,
To be fair, this area is relatively damp anyway. I can imagine.
who said that?
This field has caught fire like
Yeah.
nothing. So
When did you hear that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
did a
heard
huge
it- I heard it
forest
in my
fire
brain.
happen by someone like
Mm,
doing like one of those gender reveal parties?
what?
Where they
It
light
was
everything on
like someone
fire.
did a gender reveal party and then like it caused a huge forest fire.
Yeah,
So
that
it
was
would
a
be
thing.
like
A natural fire.
the-
Yeah.
explosion thingy.
Mm.
Yep.
It was
To
a
be
boy,
fair-
by the way.
And to be
yeah,
fair, corn is very dry compared to other things, so.
That is true.
fire. Lots
Does
of
my character
fire.
does my character know that? No. But what my character does know is it caught fire really easily, and it hasn't seemed to spread outside of the cornfield yet, so
Who
it
said
seems
that?
safe. I said yet.
Okay.
Yet.
So here's what happened.
Could I Oh, go ahead.
The cornfield catches at an unnatural speed, and you actually watch as the two not ravens morph into imps and are cackling madly. They're a little annoyed sounding, but the conflagration, as it were, appeases them. You guys quickly realize that the grass around the field is going to catch. And so I'm assuming you guys quickly back up towards the house, which is on a rise. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
No, we can just go back. We got the dagger.
Yeah.
So, in a matter of seconds, the fire is quickly catching at your heels, and it is quite an effort to run and outpace the flames. However, passing through and passing to this farmstead, there is a actually fairly wide creek bed that is about half full. It's not quite summer, but it's also not quite winter. You're at the very end. You're getting towards harvest time, so it is still fall. The fire catches up to you about a half hour outside of town, and is burning along the bed of the creek and follows it for a while. You're not sure what's burning on the other side. However, the road is also wide enough and well paved enough that there is no fire jumping the road. So, to illustrate the point on the map, you'll have to probably zoom in pretty close, because I'm going to zoom in pretty close.
Also, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of trees in its open area. It'll be fine.
Yeah, grass fires are
You're making
normally not
lot
a
of
thing.
assumptions, Ricky.
Everything's
It-
fine.
In character,
haven't
I
been
think
told
293
anything,
has seen
Vision.
villages burn and is just like having post-traumatic stress on the side of the river.
So
She,
it's
like throws in her torch and it's just like got her hands. Hit
Is
her
there
head
any,
in her
like,
hands.
bottlenecks that the
No
fire
one's
follows?
asking the true question here, alright? The field of corn, because it's on fire, did it turn into popcorn?
You were not around to find out.
Damn it, I'm so
Pop-
sad. I'm so
pop-
mad.
Popcorn doesn't work that
I'm
way.
so mad. I had to know. We gotta go back.
Treating that
I
as an
am-
It would be
in-character
very
response to that burning.
I am not going to stop you if you think that it's going to turn into popcorn.
Burnt popcorn is so good.
But it is pretty quickly a conflagration, and you can actually see as far as the eye can see, along that side of the road and past the creek. Thankfully, the creek does seem to cut itself around the village, and so while it's wide enough, and there is no wind today, there was rain yesterday, so I mean, it might not spread too far. You have no idea of knowing and no way of knowing, but it's pretty visible. And you will all suffer a point of exhaustion from trying to outpace the flames. Unless you didn't want to outpace the flames, and in which case we have other things that need to happen.
No.
Okay.
No, this is fine.
We're good. We'll take the point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, can I see that? The dagger?
She's just
Maybe.
taking
You
a look at
didn't
it.
see her grab the dagger. I will say that. She was too in fire and corn for you to have seen that, and you were busy lighting
then
other
we
parts of the corn on fire.
Oh, then if that's the case, we need to go back to get that dagger, like right now.
I think we have to wait until the
I'm
fire's
pretty
over.
sure I'm pretty sure two would have mentioned that they grabbed it. So
Well, what I'm gonna have to
If we're
happen is
leaving.
Would she?
as everything's mentioned, and she just raises the carving, carving knife up.
oh, sick! Can I see it?
She looks at it, looks at you, kind of trying to, she looks like she's trying to think about what to say. I'm assuming Foley made it out too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's right next to you.
Wait, we took Foley with us? To
Yeah,
He's
Foley
been here
has
the whole
never
time. We've brought him up
stopped
multiple
following you.
times.
Yeah, he's Asher's interpreter,
fair,
remember?
To be fair,
He's a sweet boy.
I know we had him. I thought we left him at the inn.
No,
No.
even
No,
last
he came
session
with
we,
us.
Foley
I
was.
wasn't
It's
there.
in my notes.
I wasn't there for the back end of last session. Remember?
Yeah, but you were there for the beginning.
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
No, Foley wasn't mentioned at the beginning.
Yes, he was.
No, Nikki actually left once we were heading to the farm itself.
I
Right.
know, and Foley had
Foley
a few
was
scenes
there.
on the way.
Yep, Foley has
Oh,
always
maybe
been
Foley
around.
joined Meg.
However,
That's probably
one
what he's.
thing-
I'm trying to help.
Okay,
Don't.
yeah, don't give people credit when it's not deserved.
Yeah.
Oh, woo.
However, one thing you notice is that Davik kind of steps into the river and actually is going to spend his spell slots casting Create and Destroy Water. He actually creates water and causes massive blankets over the affected areas that are closer to the village. And Magna, he's giving you a glare that would kill if it could.
Hey, look, I'm not the one who started the fire, remember?
Yeah, it was actually me. That's why I feel so guilty.
Except he saw you spread the fire and keep it
That's
going.
That's
one spot. One spot.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have.
no.
It didn't. It's not like it mattered.
In the meantime, he shape watering water out of the creek onto the fire that's
So,
around the edge of the creek.
instead of handing it to Magma, as
Mhm.
she's thinking, she actually turns over to Asher, and you see her take off her gas mask for a second, and you can see, bits of burning, bits of scarring,
Sweet darling.
from burns and amongst other things. As she shakily hands the carving knife over to Asher.
Asher takes
And
it.
she does the hand wave motion like you did with your cantrips.
Hmm. Asher takes the dagger, pats her on the head, and then prestidigitates anything that she can.
As you pat her on the head, she's shaking vociferously. And you see her breathing in the smoke intentionally for a moment, and then she just nods to you.
You can now add to your inventory. Well, I'll actually add it a little bit later. But for now, you can just take note that you are holding onto one silvered carving knife. And yeah, basically, while you guys are standing there, Davik is going along the creek bed, and he is shape watering water out of the creek into the fire and putting out the fire along the creek bed. He does actually manage, mostly thanks to create and destroy water. He actually does manage to get ahead of the stuff around the creek and actually kind of cut it off. So now it's going just that way. But unfortunately, it does kind of try and spread around. He's doing his best, but he only has so many spells.
Yeah.
I'll help Davik as I can, despite my trauma. Mostly just, digging up any loose vegetation, etc.
Go ahead and roll an
Basically
athletics
creating
check.
fire lines the best I can.
Go ahead and roll a athletics check.
Athletics.
Is there anywhere where the fire is like bottlenecking towards us?
There's too many open fields, and you realize quickly that some of them are going to catch, and some of them are not unused.
That's a 23.
So you're able to kind of create a fire line around the creek, but that's about all you got.
Yeah, just any spots that Davik can't get to. I'm just trying to shore it up and do what I can.
And so, he was able to put a pretty big dent in this. Create water allows him to create 30 feet of rain that does extinguish flames. So he was able to get pretty good chunks out of this, but there's still fire burning.
I'm gonna try and help out and use Ray of Frost wherever I can to freeze some of the burning things.
Okay.
Before Asher does that, I'm just going to sign to her. Hey, I just want to take a look at it. Can I see it?
No time. She sends back.
And so she goes with the dagger in hand. Gray, are you doing anything? As you watch Davik, TNT, and Asher head in to start combating the fire as best they can.
Oh gosh, because there's that fire happening, I'm gonna see if I can help combat it too.
How would you like to try?
Doing what 293 is doing.
Helping me.
Yeah.
Gotta say, you got a shovel or something with that?
I don't have a shovel, actually.
I mean,
got a dagger, I got a scythe.
He could try to use Eldritch Blast to break up the ground and destroy things before fire gets
My
to it.
idea is that I pretty much, if you follow 292's instructions, or 293's instructions, she's motioning for you to clear up just rough debris.
Okay, so
Just
I can
anything, yeah, just kind of with your hands or whatever you can.
You could do it with Eldritch Blast if you roll an Arcana check. Because it's force damage, so...
I'm just worried that it might cause a small spark or something, even.
No,
Come
it's
on, be
force
nice
damage.
to
You
me.
don't
It's just
deal.
force.
Yeah, you don't deal
Yeah, there's
fire
no
damage there.
You know,
So it's not
that's
clean.
gorgeous.
It's not a clean job, but it's effective-ish.
It's something.
You do notice.
So, as they're doing a bad job, you just see 293 give you a look of "I told you so."
So
You know,
I wanna. I have a small moment I want to give. Like say the fire in the area is cleared up.
And the
Obviously
immediate
293
area
is
is
shorter.
clearing.
Yeah. So Gray kind of gets down on his knees and is kind of like, looks at 293 and is like, "Hey, I'm sorry for not putting your trauma into account. I
she
should have been more considerate of what you've been through."
she just gives you a motion. It's like, "What do you care?" And she says, motioning over to the thing. Motioning over. Fields burn, people die. You're a doctor. You only care about the aftermath, not the before.
But you
And
are part
she,
of our team. You're taking the cookie container.
oh,
Everyone's grabbing a cookie. Say hi to
um,
everyone.
so
Yeah.
yeah, she says,
Because so he looks at 203 and is like, because you are a member of our team and I care about the people that are alive on our team and I shouldn't take advantage of that. I respect you and care about you and I don't want you to think you are lesser.
Gray, that's not the problem. I could care less. I'm a corpse. I cared nothing about myself. But you don't
Well, I
care for
care about
anything else
you.
out there. And people wonder what the real monsters are. You're like a mouse. And she says
Thank
that she
you.
puts the, well, those who remember the last session.
Yeah.
Foley just kind of rolls his eyes again.
As she
Which-
puts on her gas mask again. Her eyes are a little glazed over, and you can tell that she's intentionally breathing in the smoke really hard and just suffering a little bit of damage from it.
Asher.
Yes.
Poor Gray. He struggles.
Not Asher.
Yep.
Gray, sorry. Gray, in your mind, you simply hear, it is lesser. They all are lessers.
Yeah.
The sooner you stop trying, the sooner you'll realize that, and the sooner you can move on. As your patron chides you.
Gray
But,
takes a deep breath and is just like, all right.
see what
For
trying got you?
Mhm. Well,
Gray, go take care of Asher. She was actually hurt.
Asher is fine.
Well, by logic, I seen blood and
Well,
True.
so Gray's like, well, for future, I'll be more considerate of your trauma.
You hear an audible sigh in your head. Asher, you do watch as you and Davik are actually like fairly close behind, because between your Ray of Frost and Prestidigitation, you're actually doing a whole hell of a lot here. Davik is literally shaping water that from the water he's created, and is water bending basically and putting stuff out. You notice that there is a stone wall that is about 6 feet tall, that the brush fire, being that it is a brush fire, and the brush isn't very high here, can't get over. And so it hits along this wall, this stone wall, that is actually another field. And then there's actually a fork in the road that, once again, is maintained in one direction. The fork is not, but it is very muddy, very dirty, and does not catch. And so it has taken you guys about an hour to 2.5 hours, even with magic, to narrow the
Oh, fuck.
to narrow the fire in that direction. But between the various, between you and Davik, and then the wall and the road, you're actually able to smother it. Davik just shapes water one last time as you press the digitation. Some of the flames that were trying to crawl up the uneven and, rocky stone wall, they would have failed, but you just want to be extra sure. And press the digitation does let you snuff out a 5-foot cube of fire.
I forgot about that. Thanks.
No worries.
During this time, you guys are going to hear the occasional couple notes of an orchestra, and I'm just writing stuff down, looking up at the fire, and like, oh, you know what? Yeah.
You actually watch a farmer who is in that field who just runs up with a bucket. Oh, and he just sighs and just pours the bucket on himself. All right, back to work. Thank you kindly.
That's a mood right there.
Davik just waves and signs to you exactly what he said. As Foley is still with the rest of the group, and he's actually just kind of watching.
I don't think Davik can sign, actually.
Oh no, he can't.
Davik's the only one who can.
He's the only one who can.
But Davik does know you read lips.
Like to think I have limited signing.
He turns and looks at you and tells you what he said.
I like to imagine that he tried, and instead of
he tried
him
and
being
was like,
he kind of just went, and poor Ash is just like, what the fuck did he just say?
Yep. But he turns and looks at you.
I think he might have said melon in there.
He just turns, looks at you, mouths, and, repeats what was said. But you can read Davik's lips. He's close enough. And then he just kind of trudges back. He doesn't look at Magna as he trudges back, but he just kind of looks back to the other two members of the party. Let's get this job done! And then stomps off towards the village. About
we're walking
5 or 6 football fields of brush have been burned away. Thankfully, these people do like to build walls in order to keep the vermin out of their crop. But, it would not have gone well had they not. But as you're walking, Asher?
I'm going to cast Identify on the knife as a ritual.
Takes you about 10 minutes to do so. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a silvered chef's knife, carving knife, whatever. Nothing special there, other than it is made of silver. But you were told that it is, a family heirloom. And as you guys head into town, you notice that a lot of the guard is actually preparing to get into bucket brigades, and the captain of the town guard is actually working on it, and then he's like, I guess the fire's out. All right.
Yes. Sometimes things take care of themselves.
Davik actually sells it out. This one started it, I ended it.
That does sound like Davik, though.
Yeah.
And I said,
Asher grabs Davik's shoulder and signs we, and then is like, dang it.
I literally go, I did not start the fire, so I don't want to hear it. Some other individuals had started the fire, and I want everyone here to remember that.
Scarecrow did.
Can I prestidigitate a word with fireworks or something?
Give me a second. I'm not sure that's a thing you can do. I think that more fall under minor illusion. I want to read prestidigitation one more time, though.
Harmless sensory effect.
Yeah. Light or snuff out, small campfire. You instantly can.
You could say a word with it.
You can make a symbol appear on an object or a surface for an hour, a non-magical trinket, or an illusory image that can fit in your hand. So actually,
I'm on my
theoretically
hand.
speaking,
I'm gonna create we and like point at it to Davik.
he shakes his head and points to Magna.
No. We like. She looks frustrated and she like shakes him. She's like, we, and then she's gonna shoot a ray of frost out.
Oh, he nods and then, sorry, we, and he points to him and Asher. We put it out with some help
And then
from
she
that one, and he points to 293.
Oh, thanks. I tried. I didn't do much.
He was busy.
Uh,
She was the first one to jump in, and then it was him and Asher because they literally have magic. So magic is, cheating.
I just literally stare at Davik. I'm like, wow, you really do enjoy lying, don't you? Might I remind you, I did not start the fire.
I need to roll something for.
He's spreading
Davik here.
it, and so he assumes.
He saw you
So-
spread it. He's blaming you.
It doesn't mean I started it. So.
That's not his prerogative.
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say I started the fire.
Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah,
did say
he just
this one
I got
started it. What is that number? You watch as
Making.
he just kind of grits his teeth, and for a second you swear his body was beginning to change, and then he just kind of clamps it down as he just shakes his head. No, you. And he heads to the house of your employer.
Fine. You may lie to yourself all you want to.
Asher signs to you, Magna. Why do you want to fight so bad?
God, the dog was in the room and she just scared the shit out of me.
I sign back. What is that supposed to mean?
She signs back. You say so many things to instigate people to fight.
You see 293 kind of looking at those two. I'm seeing the signs, and I have trouble following it given my background.
You do understand
And-
fight, though.
Yep. And kind of inferring more than anything, she throws she just looks at Magna and just nods to herself, muttering "fox."
I sign. I'm just like, it's not my fault he's so sensitive. And secondary, more than half the time he already starts it and instigates it himself without my help.
And then she signs back, what you say is your fault.
What he does is his.
She signs back, you're not wrong.
And I hold my hand out and sign, may I please see the dagger?
She says, it's very light. I can carry it.
I just want to look at it. If you
She
don't
signs
trust me to
back.
have it in my hand, then can you hold it out just so that I can look at it? I just want to see it.
She signs back, I don't trust you. I think you're going to sell it. And then she holds it out so you can see it, but not like extending. Just like holding it up like this.
I asked for him to turn it around.
Turns it.
I sign. I'm like, not like I could sell it for more than what we're going to be getting.
She signs back, I still don't trust you.
Shrugs. Walks off in the direction of our employer.
Yep, same. It's time to turn this in.
Gray, as you're
Hi.
one of the last there, the captain of the guard actually like puts a hand on your shoulder and actually like, don't be here by nightfall, or I will throw you all in jail.
Why?
The two who fought the fire may get a lighter sentence, but the rest of you, reckless endangerment of a town, vandalism, arson, the list of charges goes on. Don't be here at nightfall.
Oh,
And you will be
We
lucky
kinda-
if I decide to just throw you in jail. Actually, the dwarf
Oh.
and that one, and he kind of points at Asher, they'll get jail. The rest of you, not so much.
Sorry that we saved your lives with a scarecrow construct trying to kill everybody.
No one knew about a scarecrow.
Yeah,
We
admitting to
did.
a crime is never a good choice.
That's the point.
I am
That's
not worried
why.
about it. I can get myself out and whoever's nice to me.
Yeah, that is your fate.
Assuming they won't just murder you.
Even if they will just murder me, I can get off with either a lighter sentence. Or just having to pay more taxes later.
I did
Where's
warn you of
where's the
that.
next town?
He just shrugs. Not my concern.
Huh.
And then he just kind of walks away. You notice that the other guards, however, do not, and are watching you, and are actually preventing you from going anywhere but towards your employer's home.
That's the point.
As you all arrive, Telmia actually... Oh, you're back! I saw the fire and had feared the worst.
Yeah, one of the guards said that if we do not leave by nightfall, that we're all gonna get arrested.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Killed the scarecrow, and then a fire started. So, oops.
Well, at least both are dealt with. I assume you killed
Guess so.
this scarecrow creature?
Yes. It did leave a strange, after I killed it, it kind of smiled and said thank you. I don't know if that's relevant or not.
Asher's gonna hand over the knife and sign to Gray. Let them know it was in the Scarecrow's chest.
Oh, yes. And this carving knife, it was in the scarecrow's chest.
She actually looks to Asher and then steps back, allowing you to view her home. And it is a simple home. The bottom floor is a kitchen, dining, living room, one piece. There is a small ladder that leads upstairs where you imagine the beds are. And you do see a very pale, slightly gaunt woman, short, blondish, dirty blonde, more brown than blonde actually, hair, and she just is just kind of staring off into the fire in a rocking chair. And Telmia actually like taps Asher on the shoulder and then points to her.
Okay, she walks over and hands her the knife, kind of like bowing and holding it out in front of her.
You all watch as when the knife comes into her line of view, she actually like seems to stare at it. She reaches out, takes it, and hugs it against her chest, and almost like she's holding a person. And you actually begin to hear her weeping. Asher, you're the only one who can watch as tears are literally falling down her face. Go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick.
I'm going to take this time to sign to everybody that can pay attention. Don't give details. We don't want to make her hurt anymore. Or
I'm pretty sure I already gave enough details.
I signed back. That's it. No more.
You actually, Asher, you actually catch her as she mutters softly. And you can read her lips as she's muttering it. Oh, this tragedy is finally over. You see her sit up. She kind of wipes her tears away. And she looks at you. I want you to have this. And she hands you back the knife.
Oh.
She's
we can't
she
do
looks
that.
down at Foley and signs, "Why me?"
Foley actually, you
And,
see Foley turn and Foley turns and looks. Why her? And she smiles because she reminds me a little bit of who I wanted to be at one point. And well, the bearer should keep it. But and she actually like
Asher hugs her.
she smiles and hugs you back. It is, despite the intensity that you can feel, in the emotions. It is a weak hug. She is weak. She was eating enough food to basically keep her alive, but not enough to sustain any kind of body weight or any kind of strength.
I touch Asher's shoulder and sign, we can't keep this.
She signs back,
I'll
why?
take it.
It's not ours.
She literally is giving it to us.
Mm-mm.
She signs, it's not cursed. I checked.
9-3 looks over at Magna and says, I think it's payment for all the lives we just ruined.
You're welcome.
You see, and though, as Asher,
She has no sympathy for this woman right now.
you see, as Asher kind of, steps back, and stands up and, well, I better get the town guard and tell them of my plans. I think it's time I put all that past behind me. I think I will put it all to the torch. You then actually watch us tell me, I actually don't think that'll be a problem, dearie. There was a fire out that way already. I think that may have already happened. And she kind of just and you see as Anne looks to all of you, oh. And she gives Asher another hug. Seems I owe you all another thank you.
Yeah, the farm, you got a fresh start. Literally.
Tell
Think
me,
of it as a flatlands.
you see Anne just, and you watch as Telmia starts handing each of you 10 gold pieces.
Oh fuck, her name's Telmia. I'm gonna put Tia down.
Well, I take it. I'm like, well, as a gesture, do me a favor. And I hand them one gold piece, and I say, "Can you get me some camping gear? I feel like we're going to be on the road for a little bit."
Or we can at least spend the night here.
No, we can't. we gotta
can't
go.
be in the village.
Yeah,
we
She's
can't even
in
spend the night in
town.
the house. Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
You were told to be out of town by nightfall.
What
Yeah,
time
and
is
noticing
it?
that we're not allowed to go anywhere else
About
other
4
than
hours.
here and out, I'm asking
Or
one
about
of them
4
to
o'clock.
go get me some camping gear real quick, because I have none.
And she nods. Yeah, I can wait right here. And she takes your gold piece and she does head out.
The camping gear would be about wouldn't be more than one gold piece, right?
Depends on what kind of gear you're looking for, because I'm
Just
double
a sec,
checking.
honestly.
A 2-person tent is 2 gold pieces.
Oh god.
Yeah, a bedroll is 1 GP by itself.
Yeah.
Which,
And you
I
do not
actually-
have a water skin either, so you would need one of those too.
Yeah, I just in that case, if that was the case, knowing roughly how expensive it might be, I'm gonna hand over 6 gold pieces. Just be like, give me a tent, bedrolls, some water skins. The works.
She nods.
For all of us?
Make it nice, please. No, for me.
You said some water skins and bed rolls, plural. You don't need more than one bed roll.
So no, it's some, meaning collectively for. Did I say plural for the words?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said
Not intentional.
It's gonna be like, that's mighty sweet of you, but I retract that statement.
yes, TNT.
I figured that you
yeah,
guys had
I think I'll
some. If you guys
probably
don't.
pick up at least a bedroll, because it doesn't come with the pack.
Oh, if you guys don't
what
have
pack
shit,
did you pick?
then
The Dungeoneer's pack does not come with a bedroll.
oh shit! If you guys don't have it, then I hear. Oh, if you guys don't have it, then I just hand them the whole 10 gold. I'm like,
I haven't said a thing.
Oh, I've been
No.
saying it.
Out of character versus in character, darling.
Mhm.
So for me, yeah, she just walks out. Money. with her money, and I'm going to try to find myself a bedroll, and yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. All who don't
The
have a sleeping shit and camping shit, raise your hands. What do you need?
Asher signs I'm okay and follows after 293.
so Asher,
Oh, go ahead.
as you and 293 exit, there are about 5 guards standing about 15 feet away from the house. As TNT turns to go further into the house, 3 of them step in front of her and hold out a no passing motion. TNT, you're able to universally pick this up. It's a pretty standard notion in this.
It's pretty much hand up halt.
Yep. And they kind of point back to the road that leads out of town.
Give us till nightfall. Will you at least do us the privilege of picking something up?
They actually point to Asher and Foley, because Foley is right next to Asher. They can get whatever you need. You can't go any further.
Asher looks down at 293 and signs, what do you need?
Yeah, she just hands you 2 gold pieces and
She
just
pushes it back
signs
to
for a camp roll.
She
Yeah,
pushes it
like
back
a
to
bed
you
roll.
and walks downtown.
So push the money back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She looks a little shocked, but she just merely nods. And then just looking at the guards, she just kind of... You see her just standing there looking back at the guards like, okay, and...
They don't do anything
You know.
as long as you...
Yeah, she doesn't go back in. She's just...
Yep. And so as long as you stay there, they're kind of relaxed, slightly. They don't ever leave their weapons. Their hands are on their weapons. 2 of them have spears. 1 of them has a longsword.
As I'm walking away, this is probably really stupid, but I feel like it because they were being rude. I'm gonna prestidigitate the one that was holding his hand out to smell like poop.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh my
So as you go to wag your fingers, the 4th and 5th guard actually step up and move in to block your line of sight and actually stop, and you read one of their lips. Don't try anything funny, please. You're one of the good ones.
Okay.
How am I ever been the bad one?
She just frowns.
They
and
already
There's
assume
a
you're a
fire.
monster.
I mean, to be
Besides-
fair, I'm just pointing that out that there's no...
The captain of the
Literally
guard has
before.
already marked you as a possible problem.
Yeah,
And so, problem happened, you're here, you get blamed.
fair enough. I was just like, wait a sec.
Yeah, this world
So-
is not fair.
So,
Well,
did
no, I
Davik mention that he needed anything?
Davik did not mention that he needed anything. He has not spoken to you and not looked at you since the
Asher,
incident outside.
as she mentions bedroll, and then she stops, and then you see one more motion, and she says something about sweets in the motion.
Okay.
I forgot. Yeah, that's part of the character.
Asher, you are able to find a small general store, and you are able to pick up a bedroll for TNT. You don't find any sweets, mostly because...
Is there any food at all?
There are. It's mostly produce. There's some apples. There's some figs, and a couple of a bit of plums, but they are not quite in season anymore. So these are probably close to rotting, if not partially rotted already. It's hard to
I'm
tell
gonna
from the
pick
outside.
out the least rotted apple.
That's not hard. Apples are just coming into their next harvest season, and so the apples are all pretty fresh. And you're able to pick up 3 apples for 2 copper.
Okay. So 2 copper, 2 gold, right?
1 gold for a bedroll.
Okay.
A tent is 2 gold.
Oh, right. Okay.
Does anyone else have anything else bought for them?
I
Magna,
Well,
think
you
I
are
have.
saying
Grace said they needed a bedroll, right? What do you else
I'd
did you
like
need?
um. I mean, you're already going to get a bedroll for me. I don't want to push anymore.
well. So
Now, what do you need?
point of fact. Tell
I'm practically sponsoring this group. You can't be a rich dude and not have to sponsor the less fortunate occasionally. What's up? What do you need?
I think Blaze is gonna say something.
no. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I guess. Hmm. Shit. Mm,
Do you have rations? Do you have
Double
like?
checking if I have everything. I think all I need is. So I have the Dungeoneer's pack. That's
So you do
about
have
it.
rations.
Be right back 2 seconds. I'm gonna keep
No
my
worries.
headphones
Hmm. Uh, let's. Hmm.
You
I'm
actually will
overthinking
need.
things.
Yeah. Keep it simple. Bedroll. Do you have a water skin on your character sheet?
I
With a
don't they
dungeoneer
come with a
with
Dungeoneer?
a dungeoneer's pack, you do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, pretty much all you need is either a tent or a bedroll.
A bedroll and then maybe just some extra water.
Another water skin is easy enough. Um, so for a gold and 2 silvers, or well, Magna, you said you're kind of financing this.
Yes.
All right. So you wanted a tent and a bedroll.
Tent, bedroll, some rations because I don't have any.
Mm-hmm. So let's do some quick. So for a tent and a bedroll, for a tent and 2 bedrolls, that's 4 gold right off the bat.
Yep.
For another water skin, that's 2 silver. And rations per day are 5 silver per day. So how many days worth of rations do you want?
We'll start with 10.
So 5 gold's worth. So of your original 10, you've spent 9, and so you have 8 silver pieces to add to your character.
Okay.
But you do have 10 rations, and you have a bedroll and a tent, and Gray, you now have a bedroll.
I appreciate.
Oh wait, you also needed a water skin, didn't you, Magna?
Yeah.
So you have 6 silver pieces to add to your character sheet.
Mm.
And here is where we will take our quick little break here. So everyone, go ahead and be back in 10 minutes. You, our lovely audience, can be back in 10 minutes as well. I will be here just kind of tidying up, doing some behind-the-scenes stuff. And in the meantime, see you all back here in 10, so be back at 50.
See you in a minute.
See you.
So
Hey there, guys and gals, it's me, Dr.JWolfenstein here, and just a friendly reminder that this is a mature game for a mature audience. At no time have I ever misled anyone to believe that this game was appropriate for all ages, and I would like to remind everyone that this is a very grim, dark fantasy setting, and so we will be dealing with tough topics that some people may find triggering and very hard to deal with. I do not want these to be, taken lightly by those of you who are overly sensitive or just at all sensitive. Gotcha. But for those of you who are sensitive to such topics, these topics may include, but are not limited to, body horror, graphic imagery, the description and depiction of death, dismemberment, and various other things. My game and I have agreed that no brutalization of children, and for those of you who do not understand what that word means, I suggest you think of the darkest context that you can think of for the word brutalize when it comes to a person, and apply it in that manner. But we have determined that no child brutalization will be gone over in great detail. It may be noted that some children may look like it, or may act like they have been, but no in-depth of that will be brought up at all. And also, no, for those of you who have it, trypophobia will be discussed in any great length. With trypophobia with insects specifically. These are hard lines and hard limits that I, as a DM, ask my players about, because my players come from a wide variety of backgrounds. I have my own background dealing with various things, and so these are the only hard limits that my group set. Aside from that, I have no hard limits, so if you are sensitive or have a trigger warning that may potentially be brought up, please make sure to take care of yourself and take a break if you need it. Turn off the stream if you cannot handle it. Please don't come at me. Please remember that I am marketing this for adults. It is not for children at all, ever. I will never market my games for children. And remember that I have gone over in detail with my players exactly what is and what can and cannot be included in this game. And I find this to be a very important thing for all DMs to do, is talk to your players, make sure you understand their boundaries, their limits, make sure they are set, maintained, and enforced. With that, the stream will be starting back up soon, and we will see you all in a moment. All right, is everyone back?
Yeah.
Taking it.
Yes. Cuddle.
Alrighty. Good to hear, good to hear. Oh, and as a fun point of order, for those of you who have ordered some Has-Been Hotel merch, I'm actually going to turn my fun little background off for this.
I'm so fucking broke. I wish I can get stuff from Has-Been Hotel. Oh, look at that! It looks so good.
Indeed, it does. And these are high-quality playmats for those of you who are big into card games, big into other such things that require you to have one. I highly recommend it. They are quality product. I also have my Neon Alistair one, but that is actually on my desk right now. I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do with my old Yu-Gi-Oh! Ghost Trick one, but we will come to that when we come to that. And so,
I have one thing from Hasbin Hotel, and it was the Valentine's Day edition of Alistair as an enamel pin.
there you go. I have quite a few of those enamel pins, and they are fantastic. But if everyone is back,
I think we're still missing Nikki.
Nikki, Callie, you both here?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
All right, fantastic.
Yeah,
You
Sorry,
both said yeah. What's up when you when you asked if everyone was here the first time?
Sorry, I actually didn't hear you. That's my bad. But with that, you guys are able to have your gear, and so you have a couple options. The vision that was given to Davik was a vision of the lake around Lusk, the stillborn lake, or sorry,
Lunks. Yeah, Lake
Not to be
Stillborn.
Lake Stillborn or Lunks Lake, whichever anyone prefers. But it was that way where the next crystal may lie, or at least where something may lie.
Yeah, it's right by my place.
Technically by where I'm at, but probably not for like a couple hours.
I don't think we can burn down the lake, so
Well, hey, that's one trauma you don't have to worry about.
not letting it go.
Hey, I go. Hey, at least you got that going for you, and I gently elbow nudge the fly.
You elbow nudge her, and there's like a big black mark because she was standing literally in the fire. Just like a little smudge on her. And she just.
I look at my elbow. The smudge got on, and I'm like, it'll probably come out, right? Right.
She looks over to Asher and does the hand motion.
Asher shakes her head. Wait, you got stuff on him, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because he elbowed me.
Not elbowed. It was a friendly.
Yeah, like a
nudge.
jostle. Yeah.
You shake your head there, Asher.
Look, it was an actual intention at being nice. Okay.
Yeah. So Asher just shakes her head.
Yep.
Yeah. You were motioning to prestidigitate him, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Nope.
She just looks. Sorry, I can't do. And she does the hand motion.
Oh, I was talking more to myself. I'll figure it out. It'll come out. I'm sure it doesn't stain or anything permanently.
Not on the outside.
Well, that's all that matters.
wait, didn't I clean? I cleaned Zwei earlier after the fire.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Yeah, I will.
It was a little moment.
Fantastic. Then I'm not dirty.
Yeah, we're gonna say you're not dirty. I am so sorry.
And so, you guys...
We are running off kid logic here.
Yep.
I'm dirty. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, go ahead, Dion.
You guys are not allowed to go back into town, but you can go around town in order to take the road to the south and follow the river.
How far away is Stillborn, from where we're at right now? How many hours?
So, if
Days.
your days.
Oh, geez.
You're
Hey, well, at
actually...
least I didn't drop my name.
You're actually the better part of a week, if not 2, from Lunks. However, there are smaller villages between here and there. These are just big villages big enough to get a map dot. Which, as we all know, some of us coming from towns that do not appear on a map dot or haven't for decades. Town I grew up in didn't appear on maps 20 years ago. Fun point of order. But
Man, imagine not living in a major city.
it was fantastic.
It was awful. I hated all 3 months of it.
Yeah, well, life sucks, then you die. But anyway,
Hey, that's my line. You can't use my line.
I just did. Anyway,
He
moving
just
on.
did.
It'll take you guys some time to get there. There are smaller towns between here and there.
I will start showing them the way to my place where we can hunker down for a little bit and use it as a base camp.
How far away is your place?
Oh, it's right on the lake.
The lake's a week off.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm gonna roll a carpenter's tool proficiency. This is more
I mean,
of a
like
joke.
it's missing holes. It has some holes in the walls, and I think
I
they're.
appreciate you wanting to give us a home once we're there, but we still have a full week.
That's why I got a tent.
Well, the structural foundation's probably not very good if it's on the lake.
Well, yes and no.
There's a thoughtful moment.
Well, yes and no. It's on a hill-ish. It's
Oh,
raised above the lake.
It's not a lake boat?
No,
That
it's not
sounds
actually
Way
a
less
boat.
cool.
I mean, like, it's got a fence.
Hmm.
And by fence, I mean...
She actually
a
smiles
brick
a
wall.
little bit at the mention of the brick wall.
So
By
it's-
fence, I mean like an actual brick wall, and it's got an iron gate, even though I don't think the iron gate is working anymore.
Yeah.
It's missing a few hinges.
Yeah, you haven't been
Well,
home
that's
in a hot minute.
Well, it sounds
Oh,
like it'd be a
boy.
safe place to hide, so...
Oh, for sure, except for, like, as I said, the holes in the walls, but there's, like, actual brick things around, and it has some indoor plumbing. I don't think it works anymore, but it did.
She just kinda looks you up and
Go ahead
down.
and roll
Go-
a wisdom save. Go ahead there,
Okay.
Callie.
Oh, she kind of looks you up and down. So if you have such a nice home, why are you here?
Oh, it's awful right now.
To her, it's a nice home.
I just said that out loud. Oh, well, it's awful right now. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go around, collect stories, and then eventually get my my credit up so that I can get some people out from the townships to be able to handle it without me having to pay any additional money and start collecting taxes on the area and whatnot. And yeah, it'll be good.
Sounds like you have a dream.
Ish. It's much better to write music anyway, but gotta make some money. I don't want to be living in squalor the rest of my life.
I had a dream once. You hear from some random guy passing down the street with a hook for a hand.
Who's gonna be a contender?
Shut up, Captain Hook. No one likes you.
He's a little too rotund and too massive to be Captain Hook.
Boom.
But,
Well- I guess we have a plan. If nobody... Because we can't go there.
Pointing back towards town.
Foley
It was a
nods.
shithole anyway. I mean, like, they had zombies. I mean, like, how good could it be over there, right?
I don't know. A few monsters is okay.
I mean, the chapel was nice, says Foley, like, kind of trying his best here.
They had hot chocolate. That's like the bare minimum for a society.
Oh, there's plenty of... I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure there might be some stuff to make hot chocolate at the house. Maybe, if we're lucky. The manor, the house, the mansion. It might be really old, but I don't think the chocolate powder goes bad.
That would be nice. We can be warm and have hot chocolate, and then we'll kill something again. It'll be good.
Getting the water is going to be a little bit more tricky. As I said, the pipes aren't too. Yeah.
That's all right. I'll hike. There's a lake nearby.
There is. It's in walking distance. It's less than a mile.
The lake has superstition of a monster being in the lake, though.
I'm
So?
sure they don't mind if we borrow some water.
Nobody
If
said
not,
we were.
well,
She just looks towards all the smoke and burning, that's off in the distance.
I think we can handle it.
Also, the other bit that's really important is nobody said we were high-end nobles. We got a plot of land, and that's our job. No one else wanted it.
You know? You know.
There might be
Yeah.
a reason for that. I'm just
Much
Well,
love.
I'm used to dealing with land that usually people don't want.
Well, perfect. You'll fit right in.
Exactly.
We might need to clear out some squatters.
Well, we'll find out when we get there. For right now, we have a week's journey. Let's get started then.
Davik just holds up his fingers again. 2 weeks.
Who?
I've said it multiple times. 2 weeks.
I only have 10 days worth of chow.
Same.
Thank
I
goodness
also only
there's
got
this, old profession. It's not as old as prostitution, mind you, but it's I think they built whole societies around it. What was that called again? I don't know.
Hitchhiking?
H&G, I think, Yeah, H&G,
Hitchhiking? I don't know what H&G is. I'm sorry, I'm dumb.
I
Hunting
do want
and
to point
gathering.
out.
You're not dumb. It's hunter gathering.
Hunting and gathering. Okay.
And while you're not dumb, it has clearly been a long time since you've applied your civilization knowledge.
If at any point
tell me
we
all about this.
do pass a horse-drawn cart, I will. I am playing music the entire time. If we do pass, I try and stick my thumb out and ask if he wants some. The guy wants some company. That's on the cart. Some music
Fair enough.
or
And,
good story, whatever he wants.
and so let's see. I think Davik would actually be the best person to lead here.
On the road, I'm gonna hand over the bedroll and the apple that I got for 293.
Mhm.
And when I hand over the apple, I'm gonna do that same hand wave for prestidigitation and make it taste more like a caramel apple.
Aw. She excitedly, takes off the gas mask, and you hear a crunch, and then you just see her eyes kind of widen. As you hear bite, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch. It's gone in seconds.
The mood right there.
You know you probably should chew that, right? You know it would be good longer if you were slower.
No.
Just munch, 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 crunch, crunch, crunch.
She signs to you. There was no real candy. Sorry, this is the best I could get.
It tastes really good.
And she looks behind her, nervously, and looks at the guards nervously, and you just...
Okay, nobody's hitting me. This is good. This is good.
And she just kind of smiles, and you see her put the mask back up.
We're gonna have to teach you to eat slower.
And so, you guys head out of town.
Let us know if we get a carriage. That'd be dope.
Oh,
Or
don't
cart
worry.
or something.
So, as you guys are going about and getting ready and you're leaving town, you actually have to walk around town. The reason for that being is that the road that leads that way is around town, around the town.
Of course.
You guys took a fork to get into town. Davik actually just kind of walked through the brush in the fields, but you guys are able to make your way. And as you do so, Davik and Foley are kind of like leading the way. Foley actually is like seeming to be happy. Again, can't move face because porcelain. His eyes apparently though do roll because they're made of marble or marbles.
Let's just hope he doesn't lose his marbles.
And
Oh,
suddenly
come
from the
on.
sky, Gray is struck by a meteor. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But no, he's kind of like hopping along. And actually seems to, just in body language alone, seems to actually be enjoying being away. Asher, you actually notice that he constantly is like glancing over his shoulder to check on you. Mostly because he's been playing interpreter this whole time. And right now he's helping Davik, they're like navigating together. And, but he's been playing interpreter for you this whole time, so he's, been keeping an eye on you.
Mhm.
Gray, this is nothing new. Most Wesselkind, if they're not, driven out or destroyed, they are put to use somehow. You imagine he's played nursemaid to someone with a disability before. It would explain why he knows sign language, why he's, kind of attentive. It's a lot easier than those fools who walk around with a stick. But Wesselkind are not in, reasonable supply, so unfortunate though that may be.
Well, I'm glad he's finding a purpose.
You do actually notice one other thing that what did you do with that raven statue there, Gray?
I put. I'm scared now. I put it in my backpack.
Okay, I was just curious. You do see,
Or
however,
my satchel bag thingy.
you do see, however, that he kind of pulls out a little shard of wood, and you don't know where he picked it up. It's basically like a chunk of wood, like this long, and about like this thick.
I mean, we're in a giant forest, so like.
But he just kind of pulls it out and is like pointing with it. Seems to be quite fascinated with it for a bit. And as you guys are walking for a couple hours, he eventually just puts it away inside his empty cavity. You guys arrive at the... you're about... Let me actually move this little square and actually shrink it down a bit more. Can I actually still move it if it's that small? I'll have to zoom in, I'm sure. You guys get about here. The town is not out of sight, like completely, but you can see like the lights faintly in the distance, but you are a good bit away from it. There's like several farms between you and the town as it begins to encroach nightfall. And so you guys have a couple options here. You can either camp on the road, or you can camp off the road. There is a field that has a stone wall that is close by. You can kind of use to help you there, and it is technically off the road-ish. But if you camp like on the road, like right next to it, that presents its own interesting problems and conundrums.
I would say, given Zwei's setup, what is, of course, because our thing is where can I hide and where is it safe? To make camp. which I'm pretty sure would be athletics for her.
Yeah,
I think
technically.
so.
Yeah, because it's the siege
Yep.
related stuff.
Not on the road.
Only a 10. Yeah, not on the road. At least I know that. So she's going to point at the where the wall is and go, "I'll make it safe."
Asher nods.
Gray, you
Aye.
actually kind of get a voice in your head. Avoid roads at night.
All right.
That's all you
Can
get.
can I ask for a little more info? When you said not on the roads, what exactly is my experience with that?
Couple of things. One, they're really hard to defend, especially at night. I mean, even roads are easy to take. That's the problem with them. Is they
Yeah.
are incredibly useful and are required to move armies quickly. The problem being is that any fight on a road is an easy fight for both sides. But with you guys being so small and being camped out in the dark, there's no way to kind of fortify it. So your instant instincts is not on the road. The
Easy
other
to attack, impossible to defend.
Yeah.
Well, you said there was like a stone wall that's like off the
Yeah,
road,
that-
right?
Yeah,
That's where she pointed, yeah.
it's about 50 yards off the road.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I had a point of exhaustion actually. So.
You
Oh well, actually we've been on the road for a while now.
you're
Well,
still
we've all
exhausted.
been.
Exhaustion only goes away at long rests, unless you have a
I'm-
skill that goes
I mean-
for short.
You also have an inspiration dice.
I used it already.
Yep.
Oh.
And it
Remember
only
the fight?
lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just assuming when we were in town all that time, but that was only 4 hours, I guess.
You weren't in town that long. You were in town a total of maybe 20 minutes. You've been
Oh.
on the road since. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys were fighting a fire for hours.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's like we didn't stop. But...
Yeah.
All right.
And so, not on the road. The other thing you would have gotten is that when you are solo, you've heard superstition from other soldiers, not your kind of soldier, obviously, but from more regular soldiers, that if you are traveling roads at night and you see a light, don't look at the one who's carrying it. You will die. If you're traveling a road at night, basically keep your frickin' head down, and if you see light, and don't travel with lights. Lights are equal parts blessings and curses here. Everybody knows a light is very useful for a lot of things, but everything else is attracted to light. So that's really the problem, is in this world, traveling at night is a bad idea. Just flat out, all around, bad idea. But there
Well, hey,
are
let's get a camp
are
set up
several
over here.
creatures who use roads to fuck with people. And you've heard stories about them. You've never encountered one yourself, but that's also because you've never been on a road at night.
Well, let's not start tonight. So let's get a camp set up and yeah.
So yeah, she's going to nudge Gray. Help me out, will you?
Of course.
And she's gonna use my shovel, and she's gonna do exactly what you think she's gonna do. She's gonna set up camp, and set us all up as nice as we can, make it as defensible as possible.
Athletics check. No
And,
disadvantage
yeah,
because
disadvantage.
Gray is helping.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, and
Disadvantage
it's
is
technically
good.
well, no, never mind.
I mean, technically you get to fortify. It's technically part of your career, so you can
Yeah,
use
it is.
your D4.
I was wondering about the hardworking, but that doesn't actually count. It's only for con checks.
Gotcha.
So it is weird. It's like staying up all night laboring, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of odd. So a 17.
You are able to set up camp. You use the wall as a sturdy backdrop, so you can, and it is 6 feet tall, so it's not like it's a small wall either. And so you are able to kind of dig a little perimeter line, um, and able to kind of set up a camp. And it doesn't take you as long as you were afraid it would, because you are suffering from exhaustion, and you can feel the fatigue on your body. A lot of that smoke inhalation is due to causing it. All of you kind of are rough, to put it lightly.
Dr. Gray, as we're working,
Yes?
I'm sorry for snapping at you.
It's alright. You were under a lot of pressure. And like you said, I just gotta be used to it.
No, you don't. You really don't. She says, taking another shovel. Listen, the sooner you stop treating me as a person, the better this will work out. I don't think right. This isn't okay, she says, pointing at her head.
Well, yeah. A lot of people don't have an okay head either. I mean, have you seen...
Have you seen Magna?
Yeah, you knew exactly what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
have you seen? And she nods vociferously.
Camera slowly pans over to Magna and then back.
I mean, at least you don't have a gourd for a head like that scarecrow, right?
True. Dr. Gray, I'm really sick. So she just says while digging. I need my medicine.
Gray,
What kind of medicine do you need?
I'm about to make you roll that, actually. So, go ahead and roll a medicine check. You can add your D4 for your background. Also, you all watch as Davik uses one of his wild shapes to turn into a giant badger and is actually digging the perimeter trench a little bit deeper.
Badger.
Yep. Add a D4 to that, Gray. Roll a D4.
I know things being mean.
It's okay.
Well, 21, so yeah.
There are a number of concoctions that would qualify as medicine to someone in TNT's position. None of them are good. None of them you have on hand, and none of them you can make. But you have seen and observed these cocktails, if you will, of these medicines. But you do actually have something on your person, which was not
leeches.
No, it wasn't
Damn.
technically on your character sheet. I forgot to put it on there. But
Oh, you booger!
you can add 1 bottle of Vitae. Just add that to your character sheet.
Vitae.
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 Nice.
You know it's a wine, and you know it was a gift to you. It might help.
Fucking can't. Vitia.
AE.
I'm gonna. There we go. There we go. I did it. Yay.
It is a wine. But I mean, maybe it'll help. You're not 100% sure. I mean, it's good. You've had a sip, and it does. There's a a nice feeling about it, but other than that, you're not sure.
I'm tempted to make one of those placebo effect medicines, where you say it'll help, because a lot of people do that.
Yeah, sometimes it gets you through the short term.
Yeah.
And the placebo effect is
So
known to be very powerful.
it is. So what's great? Is the campsite like it's finished all the digging and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
I
Campsite is
was
done.
imagining this conversation was going on while they were working.
Yeah. He's
Sort
like,
of the reason I
here.
dragged Gray aside.
Yeah. Well, hey. Once everything's all finished, I have a bag of medicinal herbs and other medicine stuff. If you want, I can probably recreate one of the medicines that you need. Would you appreciate that?
She nods and then, yeah, they gave us a smoke. That's what this is for, she says, tapping the gas mask. So it's more of a
Okay.
delivery system than a protection system.
This is correct.
Ah, okay. Let's see. I know I
Thing,
have like medicinal herbs and stuff.
Mhm.
Do I have anything that's like
there's a couple things you could burn that would create a smoke that she could inhale. Not a whole lot, unfortunately.
I figured, yeah. I was like, oh, I can, like mix a little bit of this liquid in and, make like a little boost, make a margarita tolerant.
So
Herbal
you were
margarita.
saying, so yeah, you see, that's why I kept trying to breathe the smoke back there.
Did it help?
Well, a little, actually. Whenever, whenever the beast falls, they, well, the smoke was the pyres, you see. It's, it's a really wonderful smell, and it kind of helps. When I'm don't have a concentrated dose, though, I see a lot of my friends.
I'll see what I can do, all right?
Thank you.
Of
And
course.
I'm sorry for snapping again.
Like I said, it's no big deal.
Please
You
don't
should
have
see
me
some of the
executed.
patients. It's no big deal. Like I said, you should see some of the patients. One of them accidentally woke up in the middle of surgery. That wasn't fun.
Oh, yikes.
They,
Yeah,
they,
coming
I
back from the dead,
think
I
they were the
can
most
imagine.
angry out of everyone. They were not supposed to be awake nor alive. Don't know why they were.
So,
Fucking.
they were a zombie?
I think they were, actually. I don't know, they were very angry.
Hmm.
Wasn't my fault, though. My physician, the person I was under mentorship with, said, hey, here's another cadaver to work on. And they said that he died of some kind of liver disease or whatever. And I'm like, oh, cool. Then he woke up. So we weren't sure about that. So I got. He was not happy. So we had to kill him twice.
Oh, um, she doesn't know how to feel about that because she doesn't, know which side of that, or if you're being serious. So she gives you a kind of confused look, and then is like, well, I'm sure they had it coming.
Yeah. My whole family wants everyone to be doctors and surgeons and physicians, and I just don't. I don't think I can beat my siblings. So.
She gives you a kind of dumbfounded expression as you see she's trying to understand this family bond. And you see the concept is lost on her for a moment, before she just gives a kind of meek, well, that sounds tough. there's always going to be people better than you, and
Why try to compete when I can just do something on my own, right?
that's very true.
Wisdom saving throw, please, Emil.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, sorry, your patron is a little more active than most.
Yeah.
When you say on your own, you actually like shake your head with some help. And you are forced to add that. And TNT, you can actually feel the forced clunkiness of this added exposition.
No, there's just a head tilt. Well, that's alright, you're never alone. I
I'm never
mean,
alone.
she just motions at herself, not quite realizing that that's where that was
I
going.
really hope I can't hear this.
Yep.
It's not too far away from you, but you are a little busy here.
I am gonna motion for herself. Besides, you don't have to be the best. One more body for the cause, you know?
Yeah.
Usually one person's greatness doesn't matter over 10. So. And you're part of. He recounts the group. Yeah. She's like, 1, 2, 3. See? You're part of a squad now.
And so are you.
She nods kind of happily. Yep. It'll. Yeah, and she just gives you a nod and kind of, I'm gonna have her go ahead and get back to work.
And as she does anyone else want to do anything to kind of set up for camp or to kind of get things ready?
So I guess as 293 walks away, Gray kind of like shakes his head and rubs his temples and is like, my mistress, I'll never forget about you. Do not worry.
You are a doctor that's mentally insane.
You
That's
actually,
you?
you actually hear in your head, Gray, you better not. I let you
Why would
live
I?
after all, man creature.
Man creature?
Gray is male, is he not?
Oh, yeah. Much love.
You hear an audible. Asher,
Is why. Can I get?
I take it the undead vial was not good blood. I take it. You're a bit more sour than usual. I'll get good blood then tonight.
The fuck you won't.
Well, not from you, obviously. Why were you listening in on me talking to myself?
You're standing right next to me.
I mean, it's not quite that close, but I mean, you know.
Well, I'm off to work on the campsite. No, dude.
Yeah,
Ignore what I said.
that's it. No one's allowed to sleep in my tent now. Fuck that shit.
Your boy about to go and slice his up.
Should have bought a padlock or something. God damn.
Magna, you called out to TNT.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you just see her look up from the trench and you just see gas mask face. And then, like, dirt all over.
Holds up the tent upside down. I'm not exactly sure how to do this. Can I get some help?
There's a moment of silence as she has this, like, and you just see her eyes light up like, I was born for this. As she throws the shovel over the side, you hear it clatter and, pulls herself up. And eagerly, comes over. And she's immediately, like, normally how she's all reserved, she's immediately excited to explain, like, how to, the reasons you're doing this. She has a lot of campaign experience and a lot of time spent in tents or trenches.
This be true.
And she is frankly just being overwhelming in the amount of information.
Oh, I'm just sitting there absorbing most of it, but mostly just trying to get you to do the work.
Yeah, exactly what happens, because she's pretty easily manipulated.
Fair enough.
I mean, eventually, I'm trying to figure it out so that I could eventually do it myself. But for right now, you're more than happy to do it, so I'm not having a problem with just letting you do it.
Yeah,
That's the mood.
that is exactly how it plays out. She's just so excited to make herself useful.
I just put on the notes campsite building montage and bonding moments.
That is pretty much appropriate.
Happy
My
day
hand,
game song playing.
my hand is fiddling with the hilt of my knife, like looking behind me constantly.
But
Like,
yes.
God.
So, tell me about your fortress.
Oh, it's just off of a lake. It has, I said, brick walls, 3 stories. Even though you can't get to the 3rd story right now.
How many soldiers?
Right now, 0.
She looks around. 4 or 5. I'm not sure if fully counts.
I don't consider you guys as soldiers. You're what's the word I'm looking for?
Retired. A veteran.
No, not that. I'm talking about
I tried.
Acquaintances?
Aww.
Friends-ish? Adjacent. Friends adjacent. There we go.
I'd her smile and enthusiasm fades a little bit. I don't want to be your friend, Magna.
Oh, well, that's fine. You don't have a choice.
No, friends hurt when they eventually move on, you know?
Yeah, well, everyone's got to move on sometime.
I like to speed up that process.
I prefer you didn't.
Yeah, and there's just a nod, but no acknowledgement either way on that one. But she gets back to work, but in a way more somber tone, as her enthusiasm just kind of disappears.
If it makes you feel any better, y'all aren't quite my friends just yet. Friends
That's
adjacent.
valid.
Friends adjacent.
That's valid.
I mean, like, one's trying to take our blood somehow, and I don't know about that.
No, I'm not.
From the other side of the camp.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not.
Well, if all you need is blood, I mean...
If you glance over to Gray, he's holding like a jar of leeches.
And she just looks at herself and just kind of shrugs.
I jump back, and I'm like, see? See?
Well, it comes back.
Well, yeah. But it sounded like they were talking to themselves, and we're trying to do it without letting everyone else know.
Myself?
It's alright, you don't have to fear the knife.
So he has 2 leeches on his arm.
Way easier. If you're gonna collect... Never mind, I'm not gonna help you collect blood. What am I thinking?
Telling the phlebotomist how it works.
Oh, you want to tell the doctor how to collect blood? Please show me.
I don't think
Please.
leeches are a good way, that's all I'm gonna say.
Please give me a demonstration then, huh? Come on, give it to me.
Asher, what
I'm
are you
waiting.
doing in all this?
Probably
I am
watching.
chilling.
When-
The Asher's
Can't you just cut
already.
something open to get blood? Isn't that, like, just easy to work out that way?
Well, leeches are it's painless.
Yeah, not for
Then
leeches.
they become a little blood sac.
I mean, do they become a little blood sac? And isn't it
They
tainted?
do.
Yes.
Isn't it tainted? Also,
No.
doesn't that take longer?
No.
Also, doesn't your palm, like, heals really quickly? mostly
Yes.
painless. Looks at my hand. Puts
Do
it
you
back
want
down.
to try a leech to see how it feels?
No.
Then all right.
I do not consent to taking my blood.
Well, that's why I'm using my own, aren't I?
I'm not so sure about that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna try and take my blood in my sleep still.
No. I'm not interested in your blood.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably too intense anyway.
Probably has a bit of alcohol still in it.
I had alcohol in a solid day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's still in your system a little bit.
No, I pissed it out for sure.
If you need blood, and 293 just sticks out her hand, her dirty work hands.
So Gray kind of takes a little one of the alcohol wipes and cleans out one of the areas on her wrist or forearm and just sets a little leech there. See? Painless.
Magna shudders. That's disgusting.
Could I roll an animal handling? Of all things.
What do you want to do?
Mostly
If you
for
want
knowledge
to keep
in this
the
case.
leech, you
Okay.
can.
Yes, you can roll an animal handling. What is it you're trying to learn?
Mostly, am I familiar with leeches due to campaigning and
Yeah, you're
medical?
familiar with different processes that involve leeches. And for
As
the
a
most part,
medicinal
none of
leech.
them hurt. Well, okay, the leeches themselves don't hurt, but I mean, the procedure that they're used in,
She
certainly
just-
has a chance to do so.
She kind of looks at it as it's starting to gorge itself, and just kind of shrugs a little bit. So, what do you need this for? Are they a pet?
Yes, I kind of see them as my pets, as morbid as that probably sounds. Well, as a doctor, it's important to collect a blood sample, usually about a good flask or vial full every night, just to as an offering for good health and wellness each day.
I didn't
Deception check.
take you for the religious sort. But I'm actually...
Yeah, I'm checking the shit out of that. That sounds super
I'm actually
sus.
gonna just believe it in character. Wow.
Ooh.
Bitches! I'm pretty sure everyone heard me
You
upstairs.
could lie to the... to any-
So
You
I
can still lie to me, and I can believe you, but it doesn't prevent it from being sus.
yeah.
Very
I will
sus,
say
especially
this
how I
though.
talk.
I will say this, just so I put it out there. If competing checks are made, if your total number is higher than the other person's, it's a success for you. So I will say that when competing nat 20s happen, it only matters total numbers. But with that being said,
Sadly, my
Oh.
my wisdom is not as high as my charisma is.
You
This is
think being
It
a
wouldn't have
bard, you'd have
mattered.
higher charisma.
I do have a higher charisma.
yeah, insight is based off wisdom.
So they're...
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm like, no, I do have a
I had
higher
to think for a
charisma.
second, I'm like, the huh?
I am 1 ASI to having a 20.
Oh, I'm proud. That's
Which-
pretty cool.
Which god do you worship, then? I have a fondness for Moriel.
What was her name? Dimis? Fuck. Where's my book?
Well, God is dead.
I
We
wrote
killed
this
him.
shit
Your
down.
patron is Lady Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Oh? I don't think I've heard of them.
She's fairly new, and yeah. Only a select few people can be her patron.
It's a cult.
Not a cult!
Oh,
It's a cult where you have to draw your own blood, put it into vials, and leave it out. It's a
I
cult.
I mean, Moriel demands that we suffer and die for others, so no more weird to me. She says, pushing her wrist out as the leech is getting kind of fat.
Fatty fat. All right, and your boy carefully takes the leech off, as well as the two on myself. Then I have 3 full ass leeches. I set them on in a little bowl. And then I,
I
wipe
hope
the area with like a little cotton ball to clean up the wound.
I hope your I hope my blood makes Dimitri happy then.
Sure, it will. Hopefully.
Pinches the corner of my eyes.
My guess is I think she's a little sour today. Well, you know how we fought the zombies? I got some of the undead blood, and I don't think she appreciated that.
That sounds a lot like Moriel.
Asher, you're getting all of these conversations signed to you by Foley.
Okay.
He has literally signed every word that he has heard, and he has heard all of these conversations.
Much love.
So,
I mean, I'm probably going
Asher would have been, if nobody else set up a campfire, Asher would have set one up and then just rolled out her bedroll and is just sitting on her bedroll with Foley.
I mean, we just have to be careful of it being a campfire, because light attracts.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have even thought of that. She would have just set it up, not thinking of the potential danger at all.
I'm going to wave at Asher as they start laying out their sleeping bag. I'm like, look, you're the only person that I'm pretty sure isn't going to take my blood, kill me on accident, or go insane. There is still a space in the tent if you want to use it.
Asher just shakes her head.
Okay.
You do watch as Davik, though, does come and seem to create a space. He digs down and creates like a actual fire pit, and does a little bit of work to keep the flames low enough that they don't actually peek over the pit. And the pit is actually a couple feet deep. Like, he sinks this thing low.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be familiar with something like that, given.
And that is typically the best way to have campfires in this particular setting. Is, dig down, dig a pit, sink them low. Now, for Asher herself, yeah, she's not used to the roughnecking, so she doesn't really understand.
I'm going to explain it to Asher, and I actually have a really good way of doing it.
Okay.
So, she, goes over to Asher and gets out her hooded lantern. And she explains, as Foley's translating, probably. She explains, it's dangerous at night, and any light is seen for long distances. So you always want to keep the light, and she pulls down the hooded lantern, low as possible, if not at all, or if non-existent.
Asher signs back, isn't more light better?
She shakes her head and points up above. And she says, and then she points up above and says, anything can come from there. Anything can come from, and she points in the distance. And you're noticed for miles. It's a dinner bell.
Asher kind of quirks her head.
Foley actually reaches in when you say dinner bell. He actually reaches into his cavity, pulls out a little copper bell, and rings it, and then puts it back.
She kind of looks down.
She signs to you, I am a little bit hungry.
Oh my god. She, and you see her smile, and you just see her hand over one of her, rations that have been, prepackaged, and, and just says, don't worry, no matter what terrors are out there, there's nothing more horrific than us.
You
I go-
actually so
I
Foley
speak up. I'm
actually
like, speak
steps.
for yourself.
Foley,
Yeah.
when she says that, Foley actually steps around so she can't hear, or rather, she can't see what he's doing. But he actually signs, "That's not true at all. The beast is near, always."
Yeah, and
Beast.
that's exactly, and you actually see a nod from
No, he moves so
She does-
nobody
oh.
but Asher would be able to see him sign that.
I do speak up. I'm like, speak for yourself. I am the opposite of horrific.
not from
Again-
what I seen today.
Again, there's a sign. He's lying.
We love you, Magna.
I mean, we love
And-
Nikki. Magna, no.
So
There's
far, we
a
have put up with a bunch of his bullshit.
well,
He's
we're
correct.
getting softer moments.
We're getting soft moments. We found out he has a fear of leeches, and so your boy. Wait a minute.
Not
if you
a fan of
don't
blood
like-
in general.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
Leeches
can I-
are all
can I
up in
roll?
lakes. How the hell? What?
Who said I would go swimming?
You live
Can
in
I
a
roll a
lake
check to
house.
see what kind of sweets I'm familiar with?
Roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
Just because you live in a lake house doesn't mean you go swimming. And also, it's fine. You just don't want to have the leeches directly put
You're familiar
on
with
you.
many
That's weird as
types
shit.
of sweets, most of them pies, cakes, cookies, toffee, apples specifically. Is there a specific sweet you're looking for?
No, just sort of generally. When 293 stretches out their rations in that like last interaction, Asher is going to prestidigitate it to taste like apple pie,
Aw,
and then kind of pushes it back to her.
I love it.
She sees the hand wave and she tries a little bite, but then you see her shake her head, even though she's very, you see her lips and she's like, I am grateful, but I can only be rewarded after the beast is gone. And she
Asher
looks
signs back.
deeply, like, concerned.
What beast?
She explains that you met the scarecrow, no? Felt its claws
Yeah.
upon your flesh?
The scarecrow's dead. She signs back.
I killed it. I should know.
And then she motions back to the ration as a point. I've already had the apple and the hot chocolate. We've only killed zombies and the scarecrow.
Asher signs back. Sweets don't always have to be rewards. They can just be gifts. And then she pats her on the head.
Yeah, the concept doesn't click, and in a moment of like either self-guilt or some other thing, she merely just hands the whole ration, what's left of the ration, and stands up and distance herself by going into the trench, immediately like trying to, what you would guess, make up for not doing proper service. And she
Oh.
sets herself up to stay up all night.
Oh yeah, before bed I wanted to make the little concoction thingy for 293 as well.
Medicine check with a D4.
Oh, nice.
Be nice to me, D4. Come on.
So you're able to
Come on.
create.
24.
You're able to create
After-
something that might help.
24.
But if she doesn't get any sleep, then unfortunately, there's nothing you can do for the fatigue that is going to be afflicting her.
I wave everyone down and let everyone know, hey, by the way, we need to set up a watch. You can split it into 5. That way it's even. That way it's nice. And we all get the most maximum amount of sleep.
Foley actually raises his hand. I don't require sleep.
So you can just take the watch.
Mhm.
Then you're okay with that.
Oh yeah. He actually, for the first time, he actually, pulls part of his robes, and you see a deep grooved rune into his neck. This makes it so I don't ever sleep. It's to make me more
Thought he was
useful.
completely naked.
No, he's got robes on.
No, he's got like little. Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was just a naked, ball-jointed porcelain doll this whole time.
No,
Whoops.
he's ball jointed though.
I just make a
I was
statement.
gonna
Like,
give an example
all
of one of the
right.
dolls, but all I have is this doll head that I've been making. That's all I got.
I'm really
No, wait,
glad we
I
didn't.
have one.
You know what? I'm really glad we didn't sell you.
That's not getting you any good points anytime soon.
It
I
wasn't
have
meant
this.
to.
I've been
I'm
making
just
it. Oh no, the ear.
I'm just happy we didn't.
And he just nods.
Asher shoots you a very disapproving look.
What?
She
Hey.
signs to him. He's a child.
Well,
Disappointed but not
Einstein back like,
surprised.
well, didn't he say he was older than all of us? He just looks like a
She
child.
signs to him again. He's a child.
I want to roll something for Foley.
He is older than all of us. He
Oh.
mentioned it on multiple occasions. I think he did
yeah,
say.
he has. So.
I think he said he was like 100 something or was.
Asher's gonna sign to Foley. I can say it with you for a bit.
He shrugs and just signs, "Do what you will." With that, though, that is where we're going to bring this game to a close, and you all level up.
Dope. Awesome. Now I get to add my initiative. I get to add my half my proficiency to my initiative and literally everything else.
Is that at
Oh wait,
level
before
2?
we go, does my patron appreciate all the blood I fucking gave? 3 full leeches full. That's like a flask and a half of blood.
You
Is she
imagine?
happy?
You imagine she does.
Okay.
You're not haunted by any nightmares or anything, or at least
Much
not that
not.
you know of right this minute.
The important thing is we need to figure out a way to get me some alcohol on this trip because I can only handle so many people.
I mean, I have alcohol, but you kind of don't want anything from me because of the leeches.
So now here's the counter thing. Because we all decided that this was going to be a harder campaign. When you go for hit points, you can either roll or take the average. Neither.
Oh.
Either one or the other.
Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna gamble.
All right.
I'm okay with
Taking one level of fighter, so
I'm okay with taking the
Also-
average.
I'm okay with taking the average because a D8, it's either 5 or so.
So
wish me luck.
do remember that if as you level up, make sure to do so through the Charactermancer. Even those of you who have subclasses from the book, David, for you, you're going to go through the Charactermancer. You're just not going to pick a subclass.
Okay.
And then because you said you were going with one of the ones from the book from Grim Hollow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm also from the book.
yeah, you don't gain anything this level, Emil, so you're good to just level up through the Mancer, no problem.
Also, you get like a couple. I think you get a couple spell. I think you get a new spell that you can learn. Oh no, and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Right.
and you get access to pack or
Eldritch
boons,
Invocations.
right? Invocations. That's what it is. It's the
yeah. And so if there's
That's
any
Fun time.
if there's any invocations that Grim Hollow added, feel free to pick those. I don't think it added too
They
many.
didn't. I don't think they did at all.
All I
actually.
know is I get 2, so that's fun. Pact Boon isn't until I think 3rd level.
Yeah.
It's 3rd level.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
I don't
third
think
level.
they added any Eldritch Invocations for you.
They did not. I was really sad about it. I was really hoping they would add one at least.
Yeah.
So here's my roll, just to be official.
Go ahead.
Damn it!
Ouch.
That hurt.
At least
All right,
it's
well-
plus your con mod.
Yeah, plus my con.
Hey, Brent.
Yes, do you want me to just level you up?
Yes, please.
Alright.
The average for 6 is 4, yeah?
Yeah. When you go to the cog next to your spells tab and launch the launch level plus Charactermancer, if you just select average, it'll just tell you what the average is.
Okay, apply changes, but no luck. What in the hell?
Level plus character mancer. Weird. Looked like it was kind of broken.
Was there a spell you wanted to add, Nikki, or will you be adding that when you have a second?
I will probably ask you to add it if that is okay.
What spell did you want?
What was it? I had it lined up somewhere.
I think something's messed up with my character mancer. It's like everything's not populated in there.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. So on the launch level,
Oh, okay, that's why.
plus character man.
Nothing like a Twitch live of watching us figure out how we're leveling up. Normally this is like out of
This
the
is what
session.
people pay for.
Exactly.
Hey, look,
Much love.
This is the
everything
content.
is well thought out and well done. Okay.
So refresh roll 20 real quick there, Asher,
Okay, yeah.
and then reopen your character sheet.
Yeah.
And did you figure out what that spell was yet, Nikki?
I'm looking through all the first level spell slots really quick one time.
All
Just
right.
first level spells in general.
Forgot there's a fuck ton of fucking invocations.
But just because I know some people do have to get going, because some people have to work later.
Mhm.
But I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Thank you for joining us on this fantastic Sunday morning. I hope your Halloween was spectacular, safe, and fun, and I hope those of you who went out got a lot of candy. But
yeah, I did.
But again, I want to thank all of you so much for watching and staying tuned with us. Of course, I couldn't do this without my fantastic cast of characters, all of whom are fantastic and wonderful, and who pushed me to do what I do now, which is professionally run Dungeons and Dragons for a living. And so we will do a quick introduction in no random order, in no actual order, because I like to be random. The first of which is our Bard Magna Egoficatio, played by Mr. Nicky. I believe you're a Fey-touched human.
Yes,
Yeah.
Fey touched human. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Egoficatio.
Whatever. It's ego. Magna Ego. And then, of course, immediately to my right, we have Mr. Emil playing Gray Sterling, our first vampire warlock. I believe you're a drow, or half drow.
Yeah, half drow. Stressed out, depressed out, but doing my best. Out.
Next, we have my brother David playing Asher, our... what is your race again? It actually comes from Grim Hollow.
Disembodied, right?
Disembodied.
Yes, the disembodied. Our disembodied, and what subclass are you picking?
I can't remember the name. It's blood something.
So you are going with the one from the book, and so you are going with the School of Sangromancy.
Mm-hmm.
Our blood wizard. And then last but certainly not least is the ever lovely Callie Cat playing 293, another tragic heart character that we all are going to catch feelings for, and then going to threaten to have some creature or people catch some hands. But she is you're a human, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just a regular plain human. Nothing fancy here.
Yep, our human...
Don't threaten the people to slice Achilles tendons.
Our human fighter, I don't think you pick... no, that's next
no.
level.
Yeah, right now I just picked fighter.
Yep, so...
Yeah. It's alright, everybody. The beast will get us all. In the end.
And with that, I am Dr. John Wolfenstein. I have been your Master of Darkness. Unfortunately, Mr. Whitehill and his Circle of Mutation, as he is now officially gone, unfortunately, he could not be here today. Real-world conflicts. But
Boss
I have...
is a bitch.
Yep. I am Dr. John Wolfenstein. I have been your Master of Darkness for this episode, and we will see you next